At least we weren't talking about our. Never mind.
That was actually kind of an organic start.
A lull in the conversation. Perfect time to start.
I didn't ambush anyone this time.
I wouldn't ambush anyone during that conversation either.
Then you have to sit there and think about it more because we have changed topics.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Tales from the Forgotten Troop. If you are enjoying what we're doing, there are many ways to support the show. We have a Beacons page with all of our affiliate links, so you can grab something for yourself and chip in a little bit. Or we have a coffee for direct donations and merch on Redbubble. All of our socials are also up on that Beacons page. See how handy it is? Like an all-in-one resource that fits in your phone's pocket.
Also, we'll be at GaryCon, and if you see us there, feel free to pay us in cash. You can just give us your credit cards, social security numbers.
You just want to tag along with us as we all like.
You can buy us drinks. Not
part
Crow.
of like
Crow
merch.
Whatever Crow likes to drink.
I'm legitimately planning on bringing an extra bag to bring back all my spoils.
That's fair.
The gaming horde.
Yes.
You can also hop into our Discord and have fun all the time. Great over there.
You can.
Very Discordy. That also
Very
definitely
Discordy.
fits in your phone's pocket.
We're just your pocket streamers.
Don't look in your pockets now. You'll find your streamers.
If you're watching the VOD on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe. Also, all of the episodes of Passiones are now on YouTube, so if you haven't seen those, go watch them.
It's
very
chaos and the messiest, dramatic, polycule,
and my silver fox was
mystery
so
of ever
close to getting together with the Nippo baby, and then
oh
didn't
my
work out.
god, I know. And then he could have annoyed you forever, like marriage is supposed to be, or
in my like
partnership or whatever.
YouTube playlist suggestions today, one came up was you accidentally seduced the mob boss, and I was like, this is so accurate for some
Oh
reason.
my god! Put it on a playlist.
I feel like that applies to half of this group.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
Accidentally.
Yeah, it doesn't apply to you, Maria, because with you it's intentional.
But I think we can probably go around and have everyone introduce themselves and who they're playing. Icebreaker Generator gave us today. What fruit or vegetable represents your mood?
Like today?
Yes.
What a weirdly difficult question. I guess I'll start because I kind of have an answer. Hello everyone, I am Mr. Crow, alternatively just Crow, and I will again be playing Joe Hatathli, aka Coyote. We'll need to get this updated. I think for myself, we're gonna go with like a shallot onion. Just like small, acidic, and like tightly compacted. As for Joe, I don't know. Like a lemon?
That's legitimately what I was thinking.
A leather lemon.
It's lemon. He's
Just
a bit
like-
of a sourpuss.
A little sour lately,
Yeah.
but also like trying to figure out how to make lemonade out of things.
Good luck with that.
You sound so confident in his abilities.
These are the days of the werewolves' lives.
This is hard.
Yeah, this is hard.
Think through the VeggieTales characters.
I do not want to relive those memories. Thank you.
No, yeah, God, no.
Google
I
a
can
list
go.
of fruits and vegetables.
Your hair looks really pretty today, Brie.
Yes, it does.
Thanks.
Whatever you did or didn't do, it's working for you.
Yes, it's working.
All right. I lost my train of thought. I'm Brianna. I play Cynthia, otherwise known as Echo. I'd say that Cynthia's perpetual fruit-based mood would probably be a pineapple because she's a little prickly sometimes, and kind of hard to figure out how to
Eat.
understand internally.
And actively tries to digest you
Also
back.
Also that.
But also delicious.
God.
But a great topping for pizza.
You do sometimes eat
And
pineapples.
who's Italian?
Anyways.
Perfect logic. Full circle.
Yes.
Okay.
10 out of 10.
You're
10
still
out
a
of 10.
heathen for putting pineapple on pizza, but that was a really good joke.
Pineapple on pizza is really good, and that's all we're gonna be eating.
I'm a
at
heathen for
GaryCon,
plenty of
so.
other reasons too, and they're more fun. My personal mood today for this week just is like a bell pepper because I feel a little hollowed out.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's spring break and I worked through it.
Oh.
Also, I feel like, well, actually, I think I said this before, that it's like a really early spring break.
Sometimes-
Spring break.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
to be
to
fair,
say-
one day here was like 70, but
Yeah.
like the
Yeah,
others have been
Tuesday
20.
was nice.
It
Yeah.
was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Once in a
Global-
while we get that.
Global warming.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
The swamp returned early this year. I'm disappointed.
Oh.
Okay, I think I have an idea. I'm Maria. I play Elena, aka Easy Living. I feel like Elena would be a potato. Versatile. Everybody loves her,
Mm.
and I like potatoes.
I was
And
I
then
would have
I'm
said star
picking-
fruit, but yeah.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
I'm picking mango just because I really, really like mangoes.
Mangoes
Oh,
are
yeah.
so good.
I
Oh
love
my God.
mangoes. No, I already gave you a pretzel. Get out of
I
here.
think I have an idea, so I'll go next. I'm Tess. I play Sylvie, aka Valkyrie. Sylvie would definitely be feeling like a nightshade berry. She's like, she's
Hell yeah.
small. She's incredibly poison. Like, she's dealing with some really toxic shit right now that she hasn't necessarily told the team. And may or may not be lethal in some way, shape, or form to things above her, around her, but it's fine. Tess is feeling kind of like a plantain right now, which is basically just kind of meh and not very flavorful or anything like that.
They're good
And
fried.
You gotta fry them. Oh,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's been
little powdered
a
sugar.
fun couple weeks. And not necessarily hollowed out, but definitely lacking flavor right now.
Well, if you're feeling like a plantain, you should definitely come to Florida because I feel like every other restaurant is offering plantains around here.
Fair.
I love plantains.
There were plantains at Olive Garden one day. I don't know what the hell plantains were doing in Olive Garden.
Interesting.
I don't think I've ever had a plantain.
Oh, they're so good.
They can be really good. It's just like
You just gotta
not
treat 'em
here.
It goes into the preparation.
Yeah, it's a lot
Yeah.
of prep.
Yeah,
There's the prep.
yeah, you got to treat them well. That's
Yeah.
exactly it.
I'm also not a big fan of them because they remind me of bananas, and I don't like bananas.
Also
You don't
that's
like
true.
bananas?
Interesting.
Yeah, it just the texture and taste of bananas is just no.
I agree with that assessment.
It's fair.
What? I like the little bananas that are red. They taste like raspberry bananas. They're delicious.
I don't think I've ever actually had one of those, so I can't really say.
They're really good.
Is that where Roxy is? A tiny little red banana?
Actually, right now I would say she's a key lime because she's a little sour that she got shot and she has a bullet in her thigh.
Oh yeah.
That's all key lime does.
I was gonna say lemon, but you took it. So I was like key lime because it's even more sour. She's a little sour right now. Jenna might also be because this week has just been rough.
I feel like we're all just like, it's been a week, but that's every week.
You're not
Look at
wrong.
this hellscape life. Can we not?
I wouldn't say hellscape. I've lived through a hellscape week before. I've lived through a hellscape year before. I'll just take stressful, thanks.
I would like regular stress, not.
I wouldn't mind a return to regular stress levels, personally.
That would be nice.
Yeah,
That'd be a nice vacation.
Can I get a regular stress level? I don't want to be in the red forever. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Bye.
And that's
Otherwise,
all,
I'm going to become
folks.
unhinged and unpredictable. Oh,
You're assuming I'm not already.
I am. But I have to pretend to be sane at work, so it's fine.
Well, previously on Jukebox Justice, the registry deadline had arrived, and the team took up some spots around City Hall where a mass protest was happening. Things were interrupted when an unknown shooter stirred up some trouble by potentially attacking Henry Johnson. While the situation looked dire, a mysterious ally named Rewind put the team in a time loop. You can say that 5 times fast. The team in a time loop.
Team in a time loop.
To give them to give them a chance to get a drop on the shooter and stop Henry from getting hit.
Mm-hmm.
While the team was understandably skeptical by this strange person telling them about their time controlling powers, Echo's previous knowledge that time powers did exist led the team to giving him the benefit of the doubt and forming a plan to stop the shooting. They were able to get a handle on the situation when the attack happened, and no one except Roxy got hurt when a policeman shot her when she went after the assailant to subdue him. Afterwards, the team took Rewind back to the junkyard and questioned him over how he knew that Henry had powers, since he kind of let that slip. While he was pretty dodgy about the source of his information, Joe did get a good read on him that he wasn't up to anything bad, and just wanted to go home now that his work as a hero was done. Everyone was a bit confused as to why he wasn't a regular hero when he had such useful powers, and he did admit that just because they were useful didn't mean that they didn't come with consequences. While most people didn't remember the loops and often just had a sense of deja vu, he was left with the memories of every loop he's lived and all the bad things that he's seen. So, see if you get a team. That is a 10. So, you do get one, and I forgot to open up the tracker, so.
Yeah, 3 team.
Yeah, 3 team.
Free team.
As a side note, we've consistently been gaining a team every other session.
We don't really use them, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I'll start making them even more scarce then.
Please don't.
Please don't, because then
One
we'll
of these
actually
days we're
need
gonna
them.
need them. Yeah.
We do still have some big things on the radar that may or may not
You'll
need
be
team.
fine.
Are you
Bring
sure?
all your NPC friends.
That's the plan.
That's usually what we do.
I don't know if I have very many NPC friends. I think they're more enemies at this point.
Frenemies.
That sounds like a personal problem.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It's about to rapidly not become a personal problem.
It's going to become a team problem shortly, but
Don't worry. Watchdog almost made a friend of me too of the dodgy rewind guy. So
oh, it's fine.
Alrighty. I think we can pick up since we kind of need to how we explained where Sylvie was she was
God.
a bug inside of Cynthia's pocket during the protest
yeah.
because Cynthia was going in civilian mode. So you can choose what bug form you are in, but you're currently on
a
Cynthia's
glitterbug.
person.
Oh,
Glitter.
probably some like incredibly iridescent like beetle or dragonfly or something.
Yeah.
Or butterfly. Just it's definitely a butterfly, but like very iridescent.
Okay.
Very
Love
not
it.
native to the area.
Yeah.
Those like
Or
neon
the
blue
planet.
butterflies that like look like they're made out of tinfoil.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
like definitely something like that. Not inconspicuous at all, but
Looking like a pin on her.
Yeah.
shirt.
Just like a nice brooch.
Yeah.
It just kind of goes.
that occasionally moves.
Yeah.
And then we gaslight everyone into thinking that they did not see it.
It's just a trick of the light. Don't worry about it. So Sylvia's on Cynthia's person, and Cynthia and Henry in costumes are on the Echo cycle. To go try and read some thoughts at the jail. I think we can pick up there since Easy Living, Watchdog, and Calamity are still kind of just hanging out at the junkyard waiting to rendezvous with everyone else.
All right.
So, pretty easy enough to get through the streets over towards the jail. And you can, are you gonna like pull it into an alley off on the side, or are you just gonna do like a drive-by?
Pull into an alley that's out of the way.
Easy enough to do. You can.
We're gonna go fishing.
Yeah. Are you just gonna start with like a light skimming of just the general thoughts without being too intrusive?
Yeah.
Okay.
See who's around, what they're thinking in general.
You definitely make contact with several officers inside the building. Some of them are, it's the middle of the day, so some of them are just like, oh my god, 10 more minutes until my lunch break. Got a sweet sandwich, I don't know, a sweet sandwich in the fridge waiting for me, and just thinking about that.
Revving up for that Reuben.
Yeah. Extra sauerkraut. And some other people are just one of the maybe like not fully overnight shift officers, but more like a 2-3 a.m. start, and then like noonish like shift end. Is just like 30 more minutes, like can't wait to go home, get some sleep.
Passed out on the desk once already.
Yeah. knocked over a half full cup of coffee, didn't end well.
Fried a server.
Yeah. Well, no, there aren't really desk
1950s.
computers yet, so messed up some paperwork though. Coffee stained paperwork for sure.
Yep.
And then I think you probably finally catch some strings of like thoughts about the attack on the protests, and you probably like maybe find someone who's filling out the I don't know,
incident report.
Yeah. Some form of like report or paperwork about the assailant and what happened. And they're just like running through the facts in their head and answering the questions, like description of the guy, 5'8", brown hair, baseball cap, hoodie, jeans, Converse, weapon retrieved from the scene, barrel crushed, I don't know, a 22 caliber handgun. Is that accurate? I think that's something. It's a handgun.
That is, I'm trying to remember the forceful education I got in firearms years ago.
It's fine.
22 is on the lower end, so that would make sense as a concealed weapon, I think.
Okay, cool. I can pull out random information from my ass. So handgun looks like from the magazine there was only one shot fired. Writing down you hear a list of serial numbers for the gun itself. And it kind of just continues, starts with estimated time of around 12 noon at the protest, shot rang out, etc. Kind of a recount of what you remember experiencing. Yeah. Are you gonna stop and focus on this person more, and to keep going?
Would there reasonably be a part of the report where they say what they did with the guy after arresting him?
Probably. I think there is at some point. It would be currently in a holding cell awaiting charges.
All right.
Official charges.
She'd probably wait around to get that information and then keep scanning to figure out where this dude is.
Okay. You can pick up some other information from other officers and know that he's been put in one of the various holding cells, so currently locked up. Probably get a number or something. I imagine because this is Halcyon, it's not like a huge jail, but still kind like
Yeah.
big enough to serve the city.
Big enough to house the villain of the week.
Yeah.
I think she's probably gonna keep fishing around to see if she can find that guy.
Okay. Yeah, I think scanning a little bit more, you probably settle on some thoughts that are it's just a general sense of like irritation. About being caught and the I don't know if he would necessarily know Calamity's name, but you can kind of like get the vibes he's talking about Calamity because of the person who put him in like a headlock and held him down and all of that fun stuff. So
All right. I want to dig a little deeper on this guy. Shuffle through his thoughts a little.
okay. Yeah, I don't think there's there's anything you really need to roll here. So is there anything in specific you're looking for?
So primarily motivation, because she's assuming it's probably some sort of hate-based crime. But after that, whether or not somebody put him up to it, and why he showed up without identification.
Okay. Yeah, so definitely a large portion of the motivation was just a strong dislike of super powered people. And that I think it's a lot of reflective of a lot of the same ideas that John Evans puts out publicly about them being like dangerous and causing all this collateral damage and being harmful to society, especially when they're like fights between superheroes and supervillains get out of hand.
Okay.
I think you probably it wouldn't be thought through in a lot of detail. You could probably try and dig deeper if you wanted to access the full memory, but you would get like a wisp of someone that he cared about getting hurt in the crossfire.
Ah. So not so much that somebody put him up to it, but that something happened, and
Yes.
presumably he has no healthy coping mechanisms.
He's clearly has no connection to Grandpa Les, so you can definitely rule out someone in the mob. Absolutely not a mobster.
Oh my God. Plot twist, the mobsters are the mentally healthiest people in the city.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do think I want to dig deeper on that one because I want to know what the circumstances surrounding that were.
Okay. I would like you, since you're sort of like trying to access a memory that he's not thinking about, I would like you to roll to unleash your powers.
That's totally reasonable. On the wrong page. What's my modifier?
Everything. It's a billion.
Oh my God.
You can't fail.
All right. So, 6. I currently have a +3 in Freak, so that is a 9.
All right. Would you like to mark a condition, or I can tell you how it's unstable or temporary?
Unstable or temporary is fine.
Okay. Now I'll say, because this is something that you haven't really done before. It's a little shaky, but as you push deeper in pursuit of this memory. It's almost as though you're like falling into a replay, so to speak. Like you are in this guy's shoes. You're not like to the point where you're controlling him, but just like seeing everything that he's experiencing as though it were happening in real time.
It's VR.
Yeah. And you can see he's walking down the sidewalk, checking his watch. You get the sense that he's late for something. And is not like power walking, basically. Not quite at a jog, but just like trying to move relatively quickly down the sidewalk of Halcyon. And he turns a corner, and then there's a large crash overhead, and he looks up and you see that someone has hit a building. Some glass and other debris falls down. And the memory, I think at this point, like wavers a little bit, so you're starting to feel that it's probably not going to hold for long. But he gets out of the way, sort of runs across the street, and continues down the sidewalk. There's some more like explosions behind him. And you see like a shadow like passes over him and continues. It looks like there might be some flashes of metal, but it's unclear if it's a villain or a superhero who's involved in this. And they whoever is fighting lands their trajectory dips like quite severely, and instead of hitting like one of the upper floors of a building, they're in like they go crashing through like the bottom 2 or 3. And this guy stops where he's running, and then there's kind of just like a beat and some panic, and he takes off sprinting in that direction. And you can tell he's shouting someone's name, but at that point, as some of the dust and smoke washes over him, the connection fades and severs, and you are pulled back to yourself.
When Joe got yeeted into a building by Iron Maiden, that was near a top floor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it was not that specifically.
You also know that with Joe, he was just tossed the once. It wasn't a continuous fight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this was definitely a continuing altercation.
All right, good to know. Well, she's got a little bit more context now. Without any signs of like this being part of a broader actual conspiracy, I think she's probably satisfied.
Okay. All right. Are you going to just get back on your bike and head to the junkyard, or what's Echo's plan?
That was her plan. So unless Sylvie's got anything.
I don't think Sylvie has anything right off the bat that she would want. I think she kind of just was, I would guess, on along for the ride as backup if something should have gone awry.
Plot twist, I did use the buddy system.
Yeah.
Well, buddy system times 2 because Henry's there.
Yeah.
This is also true.
Super buddy system.
Yeah. Alrighty. Then would you rendezvous with the rest of the team at the junkyard?
Yes. Okay. I told them I would, so I took care of my thing.
Okay. So by I think the 3 of you eating snacks and just hanging out, you would hear the sound of Echo's motorcycle, and it's not too long after before she pulls around the corner and parks, and I think even with the suit, you kind of knew that Henry and Cynthia were sticking together, so you would probably be able to put two and two together that the person on the back of Cynthia's bike is Henry, since Henry is shorter than Sylvie.
Mm-hmm.
But you see the three of them and no sign of an unfamiliar superhero.
Didn't I take him back to the bakery already?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
So you probably would have had enough time to drop him off at the bakery, buy the cake, and then come back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe you picked up some other cupcakes for everyone while you were there.
Probably.
Extra
Croissants
treats
or
for
something.
everybody.
Yeah.
Chocolate-filled croissant.
Joe's got like a basket of peanut brittle that he's just sort of like slowly
Yeah,
eating.
yeah. She would have definitely got him some peanut brittle or something like that. She brought treats for everybody.
Okay.
Hey.
Hi. Where'd the guy with the thing go?
He
Oh.
wanted to go home.
We bought him a cake and sent him on his way.
Okay.
He has a communicator in case he remembers anything else that might be important.
We had specifically not given him a communicator, I thought.
Yeah.
No, Roxy gave him a communicator.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Didn't Roxy give him her communicator?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. She gives them out like candy.
Yep.
It's a problem.
We weren't going to, and then we decided to change our mind.
I think Echo's probably stopped making custom ones for Roxy at this point.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
He's like, no,
Um,
not happening.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm going to meet I'm going to meet Rewind on Tuesday at the bank tower.
I got shot. Points to
Yes.
a hole in the thigh.
think
Of her like
Sylvie
costume.
may or may not
Is your-
immediately
Oh, go for it.
like jump or
Transform back.
from where she's like hidden in your like under like a fold of your cloak while you were on the bike, because there's not really a safe spot for a butterfly, and transform back to go help heal.
Oh, it's all healed, but the bullet's still in there. I was gonna
It's
Dig it
there on-
out.
She wants it there on purpose as evidence
Why?
for police brutality.
the police they shot me. They didn't even warn me. They just shot me.
Yeah, we're starting to think maybe the shooting was staged, because like
Yeah.
they didn't stop the shooter. They stopped Roxy, and then they took them away and just. It was weird.
Yeah.
Oh, we also think you might have been the target too.
Me.
Also a
Yeah.
possibility.
Potentially.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't
As-
even been active with the protest in the past.
No, but Cynthia is Councilman Evans' rebellious Spitfire daughter.
Yeah.
Henry says they wouldn't have had any indication that she'd or guarantee she'd be there.
Some luck, clairvoyance.
Point is, from
Could-
what Rewind told us, bullet might not have been intended for Henry.
Yeah, it could have just been to scare people into action too. But you were up there with Henry, so can't ignore that.
We stopped by the prison. I went digging around in the gunman's head.
Anything good?
Not really.
Just bigotry?
Mostly bigotry and fear. If somebody caused him to do it through some means, I don't think they're means he's aware of. That doesn't rule out the possibility. Mind control exists. Suggestions exist. But I don't think he thinks that he was influenced to do this. He was almost collateral damage in a fight between presumably two superpowered beings. I don't know if they were heroes, villains. was calling out for somebody who I think was collateral damage in that fight.
So he lost somebody
Yeah.
who, all right. So it was like more of a vengeance, political
Could
statement thing.
Not be related at all.
I mean, that's, yeah.
I mean, that's kind of the ideal, right? That there's no longer thread to pull on here. It's just one guy who really should have gotten help and didn't.
Yeah.
It's one of the better case scenarios.
The cops being bigots is another concerning thing, but not surprising.
If they're willing to publicly shoot a hero, though, that suggests that the balance of opinion is shifting in an unfavorable direction, which is also not surprising. But
I was thinking me and Henry could go give a statement, and then I could cut the bullet out so that they could see that I got shot by the cops.
I keep on telling her they're not going to put that on TV.
I know they're not going to put it on TV. I just want the bullet out. They need evidence that I actually did get shot.
But you're assuming you're going to get a fair investigation.
Yeah. No, to the news, not to the police.
So let's play this out. It's a possibility that, let's say you do this, the police chief says, no, of course my men wouldn't shoot her. Clearly, she either shot herself or had somebody shoot her to make us look bad. And the police have a high level of credibility among the public, even though they really, really shouldn't.
All right, fine. I'll just cut it out now. Roxy just grabs a pocket knife and starts digging a bullet out of her thigh.
I still think you should save it.
So, yeah, keep it. Don't throw it out.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I know. Elaine made me a jar for the bullets.
She's going to collect some now.
Okay. Sylvie focuses on cleaning the bacteria from the wound with her ability. We're in a junkyard. There's all kinds of nasty stuff floating around.
Let's see if you
I
can
don't
regenerate
think I could get
tetanus.
sick, but maybe. Hopefully they gave me all my shots in the lab.
Doing my best to cover those shots right now, Roxy.
Oh, man. But even if it's not some sort of conspiracy, it's still registry day.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that something could still happen.
Which means that something could still happen, and also means that I don't know what he's going to do when people don't sign it. Or to the people who don't.
We're probably going to find out soon.
Yes. We'll find out.
Well,
Rewind also might remember the timeline before we left it.
What?
I don't think he went that far.
I mean, there's
They remember the rock, and then they went back for a reason, and then remember things changing. Like, people were wondering what happened to the rock on the news, and then it changed.
Oh, yeah, that's important.
They do not
seem
seem amendable to telling us all of this, but they have the communicator if they would like to change their mind and ask.
Yeah, he seems a little, how do I put this?
Reluctant.
More, I think when it comes to his powers, it's a bit of a heavy, cost to it. So he usually tries to be a hero when it's, most important.
Yeah.
All right. For what it's worth, I'm not sure that... fascinating that he has ripple-proof memory. And that gives me some ideas, but I don't think that the fact that he remembers the meteor necessarily tells us much.
Well, it proved that something happened.
Yes, that is true.
That
Somebody
people went
messed with
from
the timeline.
acknowledging it existed to meteor. What meteor?
I meant more, I don't think I need to go digging around in there for more info or anything.
No.
Oh, yeah, you probably don't want to dig around in his mind. It sounds like he's got a lot of,
want that.
alternate reality, like scenarios in his brain, and I know how much you don't like talking to Grandpa Les, but you might have to after you go in his brain. Just saying.
I can only guess at the scenarios that he's stopped from happening.
Yeah.
Fair
We should
point.
offer Grandpa Les to talk to Rewind. That might actually be very helpful.
We should, actually. I think that Rewind could probably use a therapist.
That's okay.
We
Well-
just want to find a way to protect Grandpa Les's identity if we go telling him to act as a therapist to all the superheroes in the city, though.
I mean, we could give him like a domino mask, but also
Super
Like-
therapist.
from what I've experienced, like knowing that you're talking to a person is like half the help of it. So I
Yeah.
don't know if like an anonymous therapist works.
He's talked to I mean supers before. I think it's fine.
But
There's
anyway,
also the issue of if you think I have issues when it comes to talking to therapists, there are people in the community who make me look amenable to it.
Like Hecate.
you know,
You would never get her in the same room as a therapist.
you keep on talking about the community, and I mean,
Challenge
yeah, we've met
accepted.
our handful of like own buddies and whatnot, but like, do y'all like hang out at all? Like, is there, I don't know,
We need a bar or something.
yeah.
No. I mean, you don't hang out with everyone in Halcyon. The ones who are friends hang out, but like some of them can't stand each other. Like, I don't think Hecate would ever hang out with Iron Maiden. They don't like each other.
I wouldn't hang out with Iron Maiden either. No offense,
That's a fair
Henry.
point.
I mean,
No offense,
yeah,
Henry.
sure, but at the same time, like, it's not just Iron Maiden or just Hecate that's under fire with this registry. It's
Yeah, we need
all
a
of us.
union. We need a union.
Well, I don't even know how you would start a union with what we do, especially if you want to
Well,
keep
we
it
gotta
anonymous.
start billing. If we gotta have a registry, I think that we should start billing the city for our services.
That is true.
I don't think they'd pay it.
I
Yeah.
know, but I'm just saying that. I mean, we could go on strike.
Or
Collective bargaining usually works when you have something the other side needs or will admit to needing.
Saving from the villains.
People
they're
like
not
my
going to admit
dad
they
would,
need that.
yeah.
They're not going to admit that weakness, though.
And if the superheroes suddenly stopped working and villains started taking over, then they'd be like, "Oh, this was the plan all along."
Mm.
I don't know, I'm just sitting here thinking like there needs to be a public, I don't know, face to supers. Like a place people go to like see I don't know how to phrase this.
Like a convention.
I don't know about like a convention, but just like
Like an association.
Like a hall.
maybe a hall.
Something
I
like
don't
that.
know.
A lounge.
Just like some place where it's a not crisis, you know?
Yeah,
It's
like
just like-
somewhere with like a recreation place.
Or just like a place
We
where
could play pool.
supers are being people.
Superhero cafe.
A superhero cafe. I was gonna say a recreational like facility, like where we could like go bowling or like play pool or like play darts or
Like
Was the YMCA a thing by the 50s?
probably.
like a hall.
Sure,
Think
yeah.
There's
so.
the war veterans hang out.
Yeah.
A possibility.
That's what I've been
Watchdog.
saying, Joe.
You said that your stepdad might be able to help with the public-facing nature of it.
He has been. He's been running a counter campaign. I think. Didn't he do an interview with you, Privet?
Yeah, we've done a few things together.
Yeah.
Talked, coordinated.
So it's been running, not that it's stopped this, but at the very least the public ain't too happy about it.
I'm of two minds about it. Like, I think it's a good idea for PR. I think that it would probably help people to see people with powers as just other people. At the same time, that's not really something that I personally could participate in. So you would have to do it without my public involvement.
Well, without Echo's public involvement, I mean...
Yes.
But Cynthia getting involved with us when we're in costume,
I would have to
complicates-
pretend I don't know any of you.
It complicates things, you know?
Which is, I can pretend I don't know any of you.
That would
That
be
might
so
be
rude.
cathartic.
Maybe.
After the rotating cast of people we had in the base of World
Yeah,
War
just
Werewolf.
maybe a little bit.
Yeah. All right. Well,
There's a reason I'm sleeping elsewhere these days.
yes.
I don't know. I mean, obviously this isn't something we can set up in like a night. I'm just thinking like, you know, I think when people think supers, they're thinking like, you know, people like us or people like the bad guys. But there's also folks like Rocky or Leah who are just like,
Refined.
they have powers, but they're just trying to...
What about
Get on with their
Rascal's
lives.
Bar? Blindside's Bar.
He's
Bar,
restaurant, you
grilled
mean?
Restaurant? Yeah. I mean, like, since he also has powers, I don't think he's going to discriminate.
Yeah, but I don't know how public... Actually,
I know
come to
he's
think of it, I
not
haven't
public.
really-
I'm just saying it's nice to go to a place where they're not going to spit in your food because you're super.
Yeah.
You know?
I think we're
I don't know.
talking about two different things here.
Okay.
Well, they're related things, but acceptance of people with powers and acceptance of people with powers who act as superheroes, two slightly separate concepts that are very related, but different concepts. A public organization helping people see the humanity in their fellow citizens would likely need different means than one promoting the work that superheroes do.
Yeah, that's true. We need more of like a. I feel like your stepdad's doing that part of like the first thing that Echo was talking about, like, you know, kind of humanizing people with powers. But we need to have a little more like super PR campaign for like people who act as superheroes actively, not just people who have powers and are trying to live their lives. You know?
I mean, it's definitely possible to do both.
Yeah. But I
mean,
do think it should be a two-pronged approach.
I don't know about a union, but what if we actually, like, I don't know, made our own, like, public organization?
Like a league?
I don't know,
A
like
justice league, if you will?
league, federation,
All of
society.
justice. And a massive fucking satellite that's like panopticon-ish. I have opinions.
Society.
We're
group.
gonna have to get an echo light.
It's just a middle finger.
And we would all be friends with superpowers.
I was waiting for this so bad.
Oh.
Just going around avenging people
Or defending them, you don't know.
or defending them.
We can be the defenders until they piss us off too much, and then we're the Avengers. And then we become the Revengers.
Oh my god.
Goodness, don't remind me that's an actual
Revenge
name.
Society.
And then it devolves to Suicide Squad, so you know.
Let's not go that far.
Here
That or,
we
Doom
go.
Patrol.
Our descent
No,
into madness
Rampage leads
begins
the Suicide
now.
Squad.
It's true.
Our
But yeah,
descent to
just-
madness begins.
The FBI is essentially like special police, right? And they've got like a whole building and like a network and whatnot. I mean, we're basically doing pro bono police work.
Did the FBI exist in the 50s?
I was about to
Oh
say.
yeah, communism. Never mind.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah,
fairly certain they exist by
absolutely
this
they
point.
did. Well, the CIA
was
did
Hoover,
at
right?
least. I don't know if the FBI did. That's a...
At
No,
the very
it,
least, like,
it was formed
CIA.
in 1908.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
So, yeah, it exists. I just Googled it.
Really, there's that old.
Yeah. When in the 50s, they're investigating communism.
Yeah.
Precious is being very growly over there.
Good.
Such
She has
a
opinions
little-
about this.
Yeah.
Serious opinions.
It's like enough references.
She grabbed the sleeve of my hoodie and is just folded off me.
Oh
Look at this. You can't see this, but I have one arm in a sleeve and she just got the other one.
Oh my god.
She's being
Obviously,
very
he's trying to kill you.
sassy today.
Yeah. We're in the Hoover administration of the FBI. 'Cause the
Mhm.
30s had all
Okay.
those gangsters, which now having seen many gangster movies, this obviously makes sense to me now.
Mhm.
It's not a bad idea. The logistics are challenging. Generally, I find that you can roughly categorize heroes as either public facing or not. Like the kind of heroes that stick around to talk to reporters would be the kind of heroes who I would assume would want to do the public facing element of this.
Yeah.
See people in the hall. Some heroes are not public facing though, so you're probably not going to get 100% success rate there.
That's fine, but we need to organize on some level. I mean, given whatever's they're gonna do, because I mean, now we're gonna find out what happens to the people that register and what happens to the people who don't. And I feel like there's gonna have to be a coordinated response for that.
Am I the person who's kind of like quietly hoping that whatever the hell he decides to do, we finally have an excuse to punch him in his stupid face?
No, that was the first thing I was thinking actually, but I don't think I should do it because I don't know if I'll pull that punch.
He could probably survive me hitting him full force, yeah.
Mm,
Maybe don't punch him in the
maybe
head.
Echo should get to punch
Yeah.
him.
Humans
Yeah.
are kind of squishy. And I think
Telepathic.
punch
I'm
him.
going to punch
But
him because
not
his head might
probably
explode
kill
like a
him.
grape.
yeah, I was gonna implode his head, not explode it, but yeah, that
I could
makes-
probably do that.
Yeah, you could explode his head for sure.
Well, implode it. Just like have it
Either
collapse in
one.
on itself.
See, this doesn't really work with the whole PR thing that we were just talking about.
Yeah.
So maybe not.
We can't do that. I don't think I'll hold back. So
In
and
a
if I
world
punch
where
him, full force,
John
he's dead.
Evans is killed by clearly superpowered means,
Yeah,
it's likely a world where he becomes a martyr.
We
Yeah.
really
In a
need to
world.
make it look like an
Yeah.
accident if we're gonna kill him. You know, it needs to look like an accident.
Let's maybe just not consider it.
Okay,
Yeah,
well-
It's a slippery slope.
Can I fight him if I put one of those like power suppressing bracelets on?
No,
All right.
it's bad PR.
That's true.
Yeah. Looks at the sign. 0 days since last PR disaster.
I mean, to be
Weird that
fair,
it's
this
in the
time it was not
junkyard, but-
exactly our fault.
I mean, we did the best we could.
Well,
I
regarding
mean,
you
they would have
thinking
been
then
alerted
For
to
a
it.
coordinated response. Sorry, what?
Oh, it's okay.
What were you saying?
regarding Councilman Evans, I mean, if we're awaiting his move on this, what do we do? Do we just keep on staking out City Hall, or
Probably, yeah.
Well, depending on what he decides to do, you could sue, get it tied up in court.
That's
So
what?
if they put a stay on it, they can't really do anything while it's going through that system. Of course, he also has a lot of the judiciary in his pocket.
Mm-hmm.
We'll also need to be paying cash for the lawyer. Because we want it to track back to civilian personas.
do lawyers work for cash?
The right ones would.
Sketchy enough ones will.
I'm sure
Like-
if he can find some.
Or we can
Although-
find some...
Uncle Poolies has a guy. Okay.
Of course he does.
Yeah, I'm not
Maybe
sure we
not-
want to use that guy. Not the right kind of law.
Oh, not
Yeah.
the attorney at Paw.
Yeah, no, we don't want the attorney at Paw.
Watchdog. That's a good point, though. With some sort of public-facing hero organization, you can also have better legal defenses that way.
Yeah, there's also that. As it stands right now, closest thing supers have got to like a representative would be the St. Sebastian Foundation, and well, Sam's a lot of things. Legislator, he is not.
I've wondered if he might know lawyers he could put us in touch with, or that are supers, or have no problem working mid supers, because the longer this goes on, the harder it is going to be finding people who will help.
Well, I mean, Henry, would you have talked with him at all about that already?
About recruiting other legislators, you mean?
Yeah, like having some sort of like legal kickback on this or something. I don't think that's the right word, but
I think he was exploring those options, but the last time we talked, he didn't have anything concrete.
Well, I mean, I guess we can just start thinking about that for now, or like wait for that to be thought about. The point is, I feel like we should maybe be ready for whatever comes next here.
Well, there's personal plans and there's group plans. Personally, I already know what I'm going to do.
Are we, or are you finally checking out the camp?
What? I thought we were talking about the registry.
I mean, I am. That's where normal started, right?
Well, I don't know about started, but it's where they were at one point.
I mean,
It's worth a look if you like.
all it's gonna take is like one slip up and we'll be able to like at the very least stop this, right?
Depends. But as much as I don't want to go back there, you probably have a point. There might be something there we can use.
Or someone.
Oh my god.
You don't have to go alone. If
What?
That's any, well, you're not going alone if that's any solace.
Well, I mean, you can go alone
Well, you
if
can
you
if you
want to, I guess,
but you don't have to.
I'm pretty sure we still have a buddy system, don't we? Did we
Yes. We are still doing the buddy system.
We should
Great.
just keep doing the buddy system. It keeps people up to
Just-
trouble.
till the end of time, pretty much, I think. Just when we go out, like in
Never-
super mode, you
Never-
know,
Oh yeah, super mode.
Well,
in general.
more people can cover more ground. So
Mm-hmm.
it's probably the better idea.
Yeah, we should probably all just go if you're okay with it.
I mean, emotionally, no, but logically, it's the right choice.
Is this something that would make you feel better about it emotionally?
No.
Okay. Well,
once we're done searching it, we could light it on fire.
that's it.
It's
That's
true.
Viruses.
Safely. We should probably bury it down safely.
We can figure out a way to dig fire trenches and stuff so we don't burn around.
Well,
down
you
the
can
forest,
control the
but-
rain, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can control the ring, so like I got the lightning and I could light it on fire with the lightning, and then you can put it out with the ring.
Yeah. Well,
As an important note, we don't know if it's being watched.
Also true.
So I would advise caution.
Okay.
All right.
Basically, we could get ambushed while we're there, or it might cause problems farther down the line. Unclear. But yeah, if there's something there, we need to find it sooner rather than later.
All right. Well, let's go do it now while they're doing the
Oh.
registry then.
What now?
Both sneak kits and what
Or
else would
tonight,
you
I don't
recommend
know.
it for preparation for this mission then, Echo?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Would you are we going full stealth mode? What are you expect or what would you recommend for this mission, especially for preparations that if it could be watched or an ambush?
My instinct would be to try to sneak in at night, but easier to ambush at night too. And
Not with my eyes and nose.
that's also a fair point. I guess the question would be, do you collectively as a team feel like you would be on board with being subtle?
I mean, I'll try, but there's still not really any turning this off right now, so I'll be as subtle as a 9-foot wolfman can be.
Been a bit since I've done fully subtle, but I do know how to do subtle, so
If I keep my coat on, I won't glow as much.
I'll just be quiet and not turn into lightning.
That would be a pretty obvious sign that there are people there. Or
Yeah, the
something.
lightning. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's try going quiet then, but prepare for when that inevitably stops being the case.
That's usually how it goes with us.
I've gotten used to it. All right. You're the one who knows where this camp is.
Well, nose is a strong term. I know whereabouts it is.
Well, that's probably easier than going around the entire lakeshore.
Yeah. So, how about this? You guys stake out City Hall. I will try to find this place again this afternoon.
What happened to the buddy system?
Who do you want to take for the buddy system?
It...
Sylvie's good at finding things.
Yeah. Sylvie, don't mind. I know you wanted to, stick around with Cynthia just in case, but...
yeah, I can do my best to help out and find things.
The real answer to this question is Henry, but he's not going to say that.
I was waiting for it.
Yeah.
All right. Works for me. Keep in touch.
Of course.
Of course.
Keep in touch. The camp's outside city limits. Comms don't reach that far.
I forgot about that. Well, there's communication blackout. Could all just go.
Let's all just go.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, we can stay like a mile away or something.
We still don't know what the councilman might do. Like, it's still weird to me that he would just, like, out and out say this without any apparent, like, plan for, backlash. He doesn't strike me as that stupid.
Out and out say what?
Register or else.
Ah. That's also a fair point. How about this? I've got no particular desire to go back. So I can stake out City Hall with somebody else. The rest of you can investigate. Unless you feel like you want me there.
I can stay with you here unless Rivette wants to stake out. I think that it's probably better if she goes to the camp, though.
My only hesitation is if they're
Because I don't want her public facing yet.
You have the best way of detecting excess mines within an area.
That's true.
Yeah.
And if there is an ambush, none of us have necessarily, if they can block scent.
If you're looking for long range scouting, that's me and Watchdog.
Yeah. I'm thinking you need your long range scouts.
I think
we can do a flyover, but that's if they're hiding.
I was gonna
that's
say
not
me
going to
and
get
Easy
me
Living
anything.
could stake out the
City Hall.
City Hall while you four go.
Henry says, I was sort of wanting to keep an eye on things in the city just to, keep tabs on how the situation develops.
That's understandable.
Okay. Well, if you would like to do that, then you could stay with somebody. I don't know if my skills are really useful in scouting.
We could always call in Parhelia.
True.
Oh, yeah. She could help Rivette.
I mean, if he's gonna do something, I'm doubting it's gonna be subtle.
Depends on where his connections are and who he's roping in.
He sent an ultimatum out to every super in Halcyon. Like,
but not a real ultimatum because he never gave any threats. He just said, "Do it because I said so."
I'd imagine that not telling people what the threat is creates more shock and awe when you reveal it
There's
suddenly
an
and
implication
publicly.
of danger if you do not.
Do we know what the law says that he passed? Did we ever get the exact wording of it? Because he would have had to put the consequences in there, wouldn't he? Otherwise, it's not lawful.
They could have done something vague like jail time, and then they just put you in the gulag.
Well, they just say incarceration, and then that's not really.
There's all kinds of fun legalese that you can hide what your true intentions are and something like that.
This is the stuff that gives me a headache.
Well, Sylvie. Well, we could call in Parhelia to go to City Hall, and then we could all go to the camp if that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got distracted by Cat.
Yeah, Blondie is distracting. It's fair.
She's so cute.
Very lovely too.
I love her old lady meow. That's my favorite part of her. Like a grouchy old lady. It's great.
Trying to shake one out of her?
Sometimes. She squawks sometimes.
Yeah, she's a squawker. I agree.
Not working.
But I believe we were saying we could call in Parhelia to keep watch on City Hall while we go investigate.
We want
all of us.
She also doesn't have an identity at risk.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I would say definitely we want, especially if we want to be as quick as possible, we want as many eyes as possible in case something responds while we're out there.
We could also call Rampage in to help Parhelia, because Rampage also doesn't have an identity to risk either.
I don't want Rampage involved with this.
Yeah, Rampage might be a little much.
Because I think it would be kind of fun if she just smashes everything. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
She'll smash something.
that PR thing. we were
Roxy,
just
you need an
discussing.
entire PR department for just you.
Probably, yeah.
After this whole event, we can hire one. It's fine. There's just a lot on our plate right now.
I agree with Sylvia's idea, though. That's probably the most efficient thing to do. I'll call
we
Sarah.
Leaves
also
them a
have-
mode of transportation, so if they need to come and get us, they can.
Sarah's got one, but
Does she have one? I have no idea.
she's got a bike,
Okay.
like motorcycle.
Sensing a theme here.
Yeah.
Motorcycles are sexy.
Lesbian bikers. Isn't that right?
Lesbian-
Hashtag life goals.
What
Why is my brain trying to
are
turn this into,
Valkyries
like-
but lesbian bikers?
Lesbian biker
Yeah.
gang and their
Ooh.
wolfman friend.
Their token wolfman.
Yes.
Does that make me Fenrir?
Yes.
Yes. It does.
Stay tuned for next week's episode where Joe bites somebody's hand off.
Oh no. But
So we
valid.
will not stop you.
Is,
It's fine.
is it Cynthia's dad's hand? Because that's valid.
I don't think he'd willingly put his hand in anyone's mouth.
You don't know what your dad's into, Cynthia. Just kidding.
We are
Let's
not
move
going
on
to
with
get
the
this
topic, shall we?
conversation.
The camp.
Cynthia will call Sarah and ask her if she's able to keep an eye on things.
I think you hear some rustling in the background, but
Okay.
like yeah, sure, shouldn't be a problem. Metallic clang sounds.
Thank you.
You got it.
Blondie.
I am one with the void. Hi. Thank you. She wants on the desk, and I don't want her up there.
That's fine.
Understandably.
Because she wants to stick her head in my pretzel bag and lick the salt off the pretzel. I know what you want, and I'm not letting you do it.
But after touching base with Sarah, Henry will also make her exit and turns downtown. The rest of you can head out to the camp.
Why would you bite me?
So I'm guessing Cynthia's gonna be letting Joe take the lead to find it again.
Oh, absolutely. Cynthia's never been there. She doesn't know where it is.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen that place. She was 8.
All right.
We can't read minds. Only she can read minds.
That's the beauty of it.
Damn it.
I
Damn you.
I don't even know what
Oh.
role this would be.
Oh, I feel
I'd
like some
say
of us
an
might
assess.
read
Alright.
body language depending on how good she is about.
She's got a
Covering
full
that.
face mask. None of us can see her facial expressions.
I mean, for body language, you'd also be trying to see past the general just discomfort.
Yeah, I
that's
was gonna
situation.
say Roxy's more like worried about like boundaries, but also wanting to comfort Echo.
Yeah.
Like that's what I imagine is like just like keeping from like crossing a boundary by like just hugging her, but also
Okay. Okay.
She appreciates no surprise hugs.
Oh, she usually gives plenty of warning before she does a hug.
So, I have a -3 to this because my superior is at -1 and I'm currently guilty. However, I rolled an 11.
Well,
Okay.
there you go.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll say that maybe it takes a little while since you've only been there once and you were kind of a
Mhm.
little preoccupied with possibly getting killed by blindside at the time. But you're actually like, I think once you get out of city limits and you're on the road, you're like, okay, this is starting to feel familiar, and you can actually make decent time in
I
relocating.
remember that rock.
Yeah, relocating at first just the big field, but then you're like, You don't see many like just widespread areas with trees like on the other side of it like this. And you do spot a break in the trees where you're like, that looks like there could be a lake. And make your way through the trees and eventually come out where there's a big lake and you see some rundown cabins. But before we get too far into that, I think we can take a break because I figure this next part's going to be a little more involved.
Yeah, probably.
Fair.
So, we'll be back here in 10 minutes.
Looking at you, I'm trying to get your attention. Can I come close? I don't know how to play this. Our hands touch once or twice, feeling kind of hypnotized. I'm looking at you and I feel the tension. You know, this could be like heaven. I am right here, doing my best to make you feel like I do. And just for a second, you're looking at me, making me feel like maybe you want this too. Give me your attention. I'm trying to breathe, but the air feels just like water. You're making me weak now. What doesn't kill you makes you. Our hands touch once or twice. We should let them intertwine. I'm looking at you and I feel the tension. You know, this could be like heaven. I am right here, doing my best to make you feel like I do. And just for a second,
show me life, show me love, make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love, show me life, show me love, make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love, this is all we got. Show me life, show me love, this is all we got. Show me love, show me love, this is all we got. Show me love, this is all we got. Show me love, this is all we got. Show me love, show me life, show me love, this is all we got. Sometimes life will push you down, make you fall on.
80-foot tall wolf sitting right in front of us. You had just had a wolf inside of you, like literally inside of you, but not like in a fun way, but like in a not fun way. And
What
you
is
know.
the fun way?
No,
Ask
it is-
Henry.
Oh, you're not
Okay.
that's a different thing.
This is not that kind of campaign.
No.
You're
That's-
not playing Monster
That's for
Heart.
monsters.
Oh.
And they're just like, no, it's bags. I'm just like, cool.
And you have to say it like that too.
Bags.
That's a very Wisconsin dialect
Yep.
thing. Bags.
It's just cornhole.
Bags. Well,
Ouch.
no, it's like ladder golf is not ladder golf here. It's testy toss. It's different because it's from Wisconsin, and we're all drunk.
Pause.
We're all drunk while we do it.
Like, oh no, my phone. Well, looks like I only have you to talk to, Salvatore.
Is that a threat?
That's a promise.
Is it perfect?
And that is the garbage plate, which I had to look this up because I forgot everything that goes in one. I've never eaten one. The fact that I know of their existence is a curse.
Yes.
A traditional plate is your choice of cheeseburger, hamburger, Italian sausages, steak, chicken, red hots, served on top of any combination of home fries, french fries, baked beans, and/or macaroni salad, and then topped with hot sauce, sometimes also topped with optional mustard and onions. It's usually served with a slice of buttered bread. Ladies and gentlemen, the garbage plate.
That's
It's
gonna
a
be our
very
new
apt
ladies and
name.
gentlemen the weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, the garbage.
Sylvie were told by Natalie yet, but I think I'm changing the code name. I'm gonna be Magic Werewolf Man. Figured I'd go with Coyote.
Yep. You just hop a couple times.
Nope.
Doesn't
Maybe
look
it's
like
the
it.
pose. Try a couple more.
Yes.
Huh.
Yes.
Huh.
Is Elena just watching this? I love it.
I don't think it's
Show me life, show me love, make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love, show me life, show me love, make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love, this is all we got. Show me life, show me love, this is all we got. Show me love, show me love. This is all we got. Show me love. This is all we got. Show me love. This is all we got. Show me love. Show me life. Show me love. This is all we got. Sometimes life will push you down, make you fall onto the ground. But I know you will turn it around. Oh, this is all we got. And I know you'll make mistakes, get interference and lose your way. Find the light when it rains. Oh, this is all we got. Show me life, show me love, make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love, show me life, show me love, make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love, this is all we got. Show me life, show me love, this is all we got. me love. This is all we got. Show me love. This is all we got. Show me love. Show me love. Show me life. Show me love. This is all we got.
Oh
Back to serious business.
I thought you
Serious.
were Fred, not Daphne, but you know. You
Back
look
to
so
serious
great with a
business.
cravat on or a little
Precious
scarf
is
thing.
Daphne.
Oh yes, yeah.
boy. You're saying that I was
It's an
saying it was
ascot.
Daphne?
You can,
An
Daphne.
ascot.
You can do whatever you want.
Be whoever you feel.
You're obviously Scooby, though. Okay, I'm Scooby. Let's be real.
Getting
Yeah.
sideswiped over here.
All right, and this is the straw that's gonna break the Tiff's proverbial back, where it's just like we can't get
Who's
past
doing
this.
this to this Scooby?
It's over.
You cats, we don't know.
Okay.
We all know that Charlie is Vincent Van Gogh, let's be honest. That's the deep reach Scooby lore for all of you who don't give a
I want to
shit.
be Thorn from the Hex Girls.
Oh my
Same.
god, the heck
Yeah.
girls.
I'll just be a backup Hex girl. I don't know the other
Fucking
ones.
love the Hex girls.
The Hex
I'm
girls are
Fred
so
with
hot.
all of the Hex Girls.
Hell yeah.
I love me a good goth girl. All right. Anyways, moving on.
yeah,
Like teach
serious.
RPGs here? Is that what we're doing?
Serious. We gotta be serious. All right.
We
so-
have a super sketchy camp to evade.
yes.
Scooby Doo style.
If you want to.
I mean, we got a large hound.
But
We do.
you come,
Sorry, Joe.
you break through the tree lines, and you see a large lake off to the left, and several what looks to be several rundown cabins in the trees. So what are you gonna do?
You can hang back if you want to, Cynthia. Don't want to dig up anything bad for you because of this.
I'm already here. She'll get off the bike because fuck that.
Alright. Well, this seems like a perfect moment to do straight up creeping.
I haven't used that one in a while.
I love the name of it.
I know. I was like,
The beacon has like the best move names. I don't know what
Yeah.
it is.
Well,
oh, is that
isn't
what you
the-
chose, Beacon?
No, I have not changed playbooks.
I mean, isn't
Okay.
the beacon framed after Robin?
Yeah.
Yes.
The beacon is
Spoiler.
like the powerless or like low power team member.
Yeah, like the Robin.
Yeah.
No,
kinda.
with no experience.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Technically, the
Robins all have
protege is
experience.
Robin the
Yeah.
first, and one of the inspirations for the legacy is like later Robins.
Mhm.
Mm.
Damien.
Did I read the rulebook? Maybe. Did I forget most of it? Yes.
Me too.
I mean, same.
Same.
It's fine.
And
I
there
like
is
the
my real role
rules.
in this group. I read the book and remember it.
Yeah.
We talked
That
about
makes you
this
the
during.
MVP, yes.
Yeah, we talked about this during Passiones.
We did. We
Oh,
said this
gosh.
is why we bring you.
Well,
why we
now I
keep you
really gotta
around.
catch up on it. Okay. Roll the 10 with a +2, so that's a total of 12 for me.
Okay.
So I get to ask 2 here. All right. So I will go ahead and firstly say what happened here recently.
Hmm.
Black, okay, here.
There is a carving on a tree of a
Yo.
potato with a cowboy hat on.
I will. Well, you're
That is
not
a true
there
fact.
yet.
not
That's near the laboratory entrance. I will say you can tell that someone has been through here recently. Like there are footprints in the dirt. As you're looking through, you can see some areas have been disturbed. So there's definitely been someone scoping this location out recently.
Okay. And for my second question, I will go with who or what here is not what they seem.
Echo.
Echo.
Yeah.
I swear I'm not doing this to try intentionally like catch Echo.
You're just giving Bree shit. We know it.
I'm not. I swear.
I'll say that you see that there has been someone else who's been here recently looking around, disturbing things. But you can also identify a second set of footprints. So you can see there's like two distinct individuals who have been here recently. And the second set of footprints you would see is like barefoot, older, and does not. I'd say you probably get the gist that whoever it is not immediately threatening. So, might be deceptively dangerous.
I feel like Joe's sort of like weaving in between the cabins as he's like following some of these tracks a little bit. Eventually like pops out of one. Okay, so I'm picking up 2 trails here. Looks like 2 people have been here recently. One's pretty clearly heavier, probably older than the other. And probably not a threat. It's weird. The second set of prints isn't really regular, I guess.
So somebody else was here checking things out?
A couple other somebodies, it seems like.
A couple of the somebodies. Oh my goodness.
I'd
How
say
do you
as
tell
you're
somebody's not a threat from their footprints?
It's the gate. Like, people who, like, are menacing, I've noticed they, like, it's like a soldier. Like, they know how they're stepping, where they're stepping, like, it's all intentional. If somebody's just, like, civilian, they might look where they're stepping, but, like, they just sort of walk.
But to be fair, there are plenty of civilians that are like threats.
I mean, yeah, sure.
Remember
guess
the
it's true.
guy who threw rocks and shit all over the place? Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
At the very least, there's someone who isn't combat trained that's been here.
Okay.
I will
Okay.
also, since it hasn't been a while since we've been here, and it's the first time most of your characters have been here, we'll remind you of the scene a little bit and how a lot of these cabins are really dilapidated. There's overturned chairs that are rusted. The back of one cabin is completely blown out. Another one looks like an impressionist painting. It's all warped and colored differently. So there's a lot of strange stuff going on in this area.
That's unshocking. Should we split into groups and do a visual scout? Or do you guys want to fly?
We can do aerial and then ground. 2 team.
All right.
Okay.
Echo will levitate off the ground a little.
That will Elena.
feel like there's the tiniest grunt from Joe as he's like, try to fly. That's still not happening.
You gotta manifest it.
One of these days he's gonna try and do it.
You
and
really
Elena
gotta
will
get your
levitate him,
chakras
but that would
aligned
be
before you.
mean.
And then first you got to get the sacral chakra aligned, and then maybe you could try to manifest it.
Sylvie probably shifts into some kind of land-based animal, like a wolf or something, just to like sniff around, and it can see in the dark, so that also helps.
Roxy
Well,
does
it's the middle
not
of the
do
day.
any of that.
Oh, never mind.
She just goes in Roxy mode.
Oh yeah, I forgot Roxy can't fly.
Roxy can jump very high. Unfortunately, gravity will catch her.
Yeah.
She's rocking that classic Superman power set.
No, I think Sylvie is very conscious of the fact that Echo had her very close, touching her most of today. So she's like, I want to make sure Echo has her space and is picking other teams.
So we have Echo and Easy Living flying, and then everyone else is on ground patrol. How? I guess what are you all moving in the same direction where the people flying are staying within line of sight of everyone? Or are you like truly splitting up where the flyers are going off one direction and the ground patrol is off in another?
I think I'd prefer line of sight.
Yeah.
Just more using the higher, being higher up to get a better sense of where everything is and if there's anything people on the ground are missing.
Okay.
Sylvie is specifically looking and seeing if there's like magic traces as opposed with her sight versus the more obvious scientific traces that and issues that are the blown out buildings and such.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't think. Are you specifically looking for like Fey magic influence or just magic in general?
Magic in general. I don't think she's specifically connecting this to the Fae in any way, shape, or form. I think she's just more so, is there any involved? Is it something that might provide another puzzle piece, basically?
Okay. I think, at least initially when around the cabins, you probably pick up very, very faint traces where you could tell like this, whatever was done here was done a long time ago. So someone at some point here had some like magical ability, but have not been back or like done anything in recent years.
Something. Are they like, can I tell from the remnants if it's like more of like a warding or if it was like a natural burst of the magic, like someone without control of it?
I'd say you're not sure if it was intentional or unintentional, but could probably tell it was more of an offensive measure, so not necessarily like warding or protection. Yeah. So someone was either like fighting someone else intentionally or used their powers in a specific way, or maybe lost control as a like trying to defend themselves, you know, kind of like Leah.
Right.
Kind of feel like while we're on the ground, Joe's walking somewhat close to Roxy, just sort of quietly says, how many kids do you think were here?
So many. Looks around. I mean, how many reasonably could fit into each cabin? Probably like 4 kids.
Oh, probably more. Like there were, I mean, you're seeing
Oh.
bunk beds.
Yeah.
So
Oh, like so they're all like stacked up, like okay.
Yeah.
A lot.
probably at minimum 8 kids per cabin, but
How many
could've put-
cabins?
10.
Roxy just starts counting on her fingers. Like it takes a while. Maybe like 68.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's a lot.
If they were all doing stuff to them like what they did to Cynthia.
Yeah. And Leah. I wouldn't go smell like the bedding or nothing. I'm sure it's not like if you can smell emotions, the emotions ain't gonna be great. I don't know if it lingers that long though. I don't know how your super sniffer works.
In places where it's really concentrated, it tends to last a while.
There might be certain places around here that you don't want to take a big sniff then. You might just get angry.
It's a little late for that. And I feel like Joe's eyes slide over because I remember when Cynthia was here, you described a stuffed animal like sitting in one of the cabins. I feel like his eyes linger on that stuffed animal in specific.
There's stuffed animal that you see some other like old friendship bracelets.
She'll offer Joe her hand just as like a friendship. You want to be my friend and hold hands. It's sad here.
Joe will take it, and you're getting like a low-level anger from him.
Yeah. I know.
Because
I'm
surprise, surprise, the guy with the strongest sense of justice in this group is like, this is fucked up.
Roxy's more sad than angry. I mean, she's angry. There's some righteous anger there, but she's also more sad for the kids, like more having like empathy for what the kids went through, because pieces of her mind remembers a little bit about being experimented on and shit. So
I would say Sylvie is probably like her ears are pinned back, her tail's kind of between her legs. She's stepping really carefully, cautiously. Like she's doing her best to be respectful of the memories and the fact that the children here did go through so much. She doesn't want to necessarily disturb anything that someone else could find an answer in.
Roxy will just reach down absentmindedly and give Sylvie some scritches. Some soothing pats and scritches.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to pick up the trail of those tracks, see if I can figure out where they came from.
All right. I'm just gonna look around, but we'll be like right by each other because we're not supposed to split up, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna look around for danger. That's what I'm doing.
I'll keep in human earshot. Sorry, I probably should specify that.
Okay, yeah. I'll stay with Sylvie and we'll just look around. Don't go into any of the cabins without anybody. Please.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
As far as like general surroundings, if you're trying to find like signs of life, there's no. Sorry, more like Roxy, Sylvie, what you're looking around. A lot of what you find left over is just some personal belongings and stuff. Maybe like some drawings. No real there's no documents in this area that would tie anything to normal. It was very much this is just where the kids were kept and housed and where they interacted with each other. I will say, since you've already, Joe, since you've already sort of scoped out and located these tracks, you could probably find a path through the trees where they go off. Like, go down.
Okay.
You would get a general, like, direction of where to head next.
Feel like just like low simmering anger going on at this point. I think he just like keeps on following them, not really thinking about how far he's getting.
Mm-hmm.
Are you letting anyone know where you're going, or just going off on your own?
He's just kind of following somewhat mindlessly at this point, just like brooding a touch.
Okay. I would say that with their aerial view, Echo and Easy Living could probably see you getting farther from the group, so how or whether they would intervene is up to them.
Like closer. Well, not closer, but like more towards where Joe's going.
So just following him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't know what's going on down there. Maybe he smells something.
I'm also following along,
Okay.
but behind Easy Living.
Are you going to inform Sylvie and Roxy?
Yeah, no, telepathically, you'll both get a message saying Joe seems to have found something. He's headed in, we'll describe direction.
Insert direction. Roxy says that. Like, waits for Sylvie to find the
Yeah.
direction.
They're right.
She's like, wait,
Yeah.
they can't all be north.
We probably clocked where Joe left towards and probably heads in that direction.
Yeah. Okay. So you can catch back up as Joe continues down the path. And it's a very...
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just gonna say I have a wild guess as to where this is going.
Gee, I
Sylvia's
wonder where.
ears are perked and she is listening for, because we kind of just went off in a direction without scoping it out. So
Yeah. Okay. Thoughts back. Okay, got it. I have found the thread again.
Thoughts have returned.
The path through these woods is very nonsensical. It's not straightforward, and even doesn't seem to really be following the normal terrain how you would sort of expect like a hiking trail to. It takes very weird like twists and turns. Sometimes even like backtracking a little bit before heading back in the direction you had been going. But eventually, and Easy Living and Echo would probably spot this before the rest of you on the ground, you do see the trees start thinning and there's a little clearing, and you see looks to be the very like top sort of level to some subterranean building or facility.
In your head, Watchdog, you'll hear. If you haven't seen it yet, there's a clearing ahead.
Yeah, I just spotted it. He'll telepathy back, and then he'll switch on the comms. Guys, I think I've got something here. Looks like there's, honestly, it's like Rook Labs in the middle of the forest. It's kind of weird.
Alright.
I'm about 60 yards north. Sort of like looks up at the sun real quick. Northwest.
Is that right or left?
I don't know. That depends on which way you're standing.
Sylvie flicks an ear in the proper direction.
All right. Goes that way.
Cynthia will float down and touch down next to Joe in the clearing.
Yeah. Land.
I hate to ask, but do you recognize this place?
I never saw the outside of where they took us.
Fair enough.
And just wake you up in the middle of the night. Blindfold you. And when they took it off, you were somewhere else. If you were lucky, you came back.
I don't even think like a roll is necessary for this. You just see like the slightest bit of hackles raising on the back of Joe's neck. He's getting more and more angry about this.
Picture the anger Cynthia's had bottled up for years and years and years.
Mm-hmm. Joe's
She
starting
likes
to
to
get
punch
it.
stuff when none of us are looking.
That's true.
Because just like Henry and Joe, she's also
Oh, she's a massive hypocrite.
Roxy, the only one who isn't.
Yeah,
Pretty
I'm pretty
much.
sure Roxy is the only one who's not right now.
Well,
Is
your grandpa's
Roxy
a
the only
therapist.
non-hypocrite there? Yes, when you've been
Everyone has
raised
their
by a
moments.
therapist. She might slip once in a while, but I think she's pretty into not being hypocritical.
Joe will
That's-
wait for everyone to like get to the clearing. So, I think they went in. I don't really see a trail recently going out.
Who went in?
It was the like weird trail,
The
right?
barefoot. Yeah.
Yeah.
The barefoot.
There's a
person.
barefoot trail.
Yeah, like I said.
Did they leave
non-combat.
a kid here?
There might be
Oh,
somebody
shit.
living here. I don't know if they was like left or
How big are the footprints?
if they're like vagabond.
Adult?
But like, well, yeah, it could just be a vagabond.
There's structures here. It's pretty out of the way. If you needed a place to stay, this wouldn't be too bad. Well, besides
point.
the horrors, but
Besides all the trauma the trauma residue.
Speaking
Aside from
from
trauma.
speaking from personal experience, if you're desperate enough, sometimes it doesn't matter how sketchy a place is. If it's flat enough to sleep on, it's flat enough to sleep on.
Like Sylvie
That's true.
probably shifts back and looks at Echo and says, "Can you sense a presence in there?"
Echo will reach out again, but cautiously, because she has a feeling she knows what's there. She's not saying that out loud.
The crazy voices in your
Yeah.
head.
Okay. Yeah, you reach out mentally and connect. Well, maybe not connect, but like rush against that single individual with the many voices.
Yes.
Should we
Don't
go
like that
see who it is?
hesitance.
Not. It's one person, but they've got multiple voices in their head.
Oh,
I'm
so it
not-
might be either somebody who maybe has some unaddressed mental health issues and is a Wanda, or it could be somebody who's experienced the traumas of this place.
Wouldn't that be
I
the
can't-
same thing at this point?
I can't tell if it's like a
no,
side effect
one
of
has powers, one
powers
doesn't.
or if it's
Just somebody
Oh.
who's
Psychological.
experienced. Yeah,
Yeah,
somebody
you-
who's experiencing auditory hallucinations.
There could be the power reason behind something like this could be very scary.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe dialing it back on the telepathy then, because if that's a thing,
I'm not
you
digging
might-
deeper than that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
probably a bad
either.
idea.
Should we go approach them or just let them be?
I mean, we still want to check this place out, right?
Well, if their footprints are the barefoot ones, and they don't seem to be a threat.
At the very least, they don't act like they know how to fight.
We don't know what we're dealing with, though, so we should be careful either way.
They might not fight with their fists. They might fight with their powers.
We can continue to be subtle.
We could but if they sneak up on us and they do have powers, maybe we should just go introduce ourselves because we're poking around where they're living. Seems like the polite thing to do.
I mean, I guess if all else fails,
we can just say we didn't know anybody was here.
Sure.
well, I mean, we kind of completely do. I mean,
I mean,
If we're doing any lying, you're not going to be the one doing it.
Yes.
but I mean, it could be
yeah,
somebody
you're
who
not
needs
great at
help.
lying, buddy.
Could be somebody who needs help. This is true.
You want me to go down?
Not alone.
Okay. Who wants to go down with me?
Well,
Probably not you. No offense, buddy.
no, I was actually.
But you're
mean-
not like the least.
I was gonna maybe suggest easy living.
Yeah,
Glow in
she's
the
pretty
dark.
amenable, and she could also
Uh,
float anybody if they're.
There's that, but
I need to get out
also
quickly, I can just.
like you are our heavy hitter power wise. Like if anything starts, you can pretty quickly end it.
That's true.
All right. You want to go?
Sure.
All right. Let's go.
I'll
See
be-
who's here.
I'll be keeping an ear out, so just holler if you need us.
No problem.
Okay. So Roxy and Elena are going into the facility.
We sure are.
Is everyone else just staying like near the tree line? Or doing something else?
Cynthia's staying there. She doesn't trust herself to be part of the welcome or hello delegation.
Mm.
So,
Sylvie
The
is
welcome wagon.
probably not at the tree line. I think she's probably a little closer to the entrance because she wants to, if something goes south, she wants to get there ASAP to help more so than anything else.
Yeah.
I think
Or
Joe would
if-
actually. Sorry, go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry. Or if there's triage necessary healing wise. So,
I think Joe would be basically like at the entrance, not necessarily going inside, but like poised and ready by the door,
mhm.
ears and nose, just like
Watchdog is watching out for
incoming,
us.
like all information. Again, it's Coyote now.
Yeah. It's Watchdog in our hearts.
I keep forgetting because the background still says watch.
I know. I
Yeah.
gotta make him a new one.
That's
I'll
why
get
you
Get
on
an update
it.
Do
here.
MS Paint, cross out watchdog, and like crayon. Coyote.
Coyote. All right. Okay. I'll go first if you don't mind. Easy living. Just you have a bigger range than me, so it makes more sense to. Also, I heal myself, so
It's safer.
yeah.
Why are you screaming?
Internally, usually, yeah.
It's
don't know if
because
that
the void is ever present in all of our minds. The impending doom of existential
my-
crisis.
Microphone pick up the tiny scream at all?
No.
No.
Okay.
You just randomly said, "Why are you screaming?"
It was like like repeatedly. What?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay, sorry.
My boy
So, Roxy, you can. It's a heavy metal door leading into
Mhm.
this facility, and you can like, you can walk down these steps towards the door and push it open, and it's little. I mean, not really for you, but you can tell for a normal person be a little heavy. and definitely creaks a bit as you get it open. Inside, there's a stairwell that descends further, and it's pretty dark inside. But you can move forward if you'd like.
Roxy's gonna announce herself because that's the polite thing to do.
Okay. What do you say?
Knock knock. We are just looking for clues, and if anybody's in here, we don't want to scare you. We're peaceful.
Okay.
We come in peace.
From further in, you definitely hear the sound of something getting knocked over. And then silence. And there's no response.
Okay, well, maybe they're scared and hiding. I thought I'd be very nice and just slip I come in, but okay. Let's go downstairs. Did we hear what direction it was knocking over in?
I mean, down the stairs. Like there's, because you're at the top of the stairs, there's really only, you can really only go down at this point. You see that there's a landing, like a flight
Roxy
down.
will grab a flashlight out of her pocket. I mean, I'm sure that like, like mechanics always have flashlights. I know this because my grandpa was one, and he always made me hold the damn flashlight.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
And I want to go play. So she's got like a little flashlight on her, and she just goes down the stairs.
Okay. You can get down this flight of stairs and get to the first landing.
Do the Silent Hill opening.
And as you can see that there's a little curve and the stairs continue downwards, but in front of you there are, it opens up a little bit and there are several doors leading off of this room. Some of them are open, others are closed.
Peek behind the first open door.
Yeah.
This one looks like it is just a small office. There's a desk inside, some papers scattered about, an overturned chair.
Roxy thinks we should find the person first before we go poking. She doesn't want to get like ambushed. She's learning to be more paranoid about people. Echo's teaching her things.
Echo is negatively influenced Roxy.
Negative. Cautiously.
Yeah, she's
influenced.
more of a realist and less like blindly optimistic, I think. Like she doesn't just believe blindly that all people have good intentions anymore. Thanks, Echo. You've slightly jaded our Dayglow bimbo.
Hey, you've found the place that made her not believe in the goodness of people.
That's
fair.
Okay.
All right. Open the next one.
Okay.
Is it trapped? Sorry. Wrong game. I checked for traps.
That's not this game.
That's why we have the barbarian opening the door.
So you turn around. And the one across from this one is the door to this room is already open a little bit, and you can see it's a larger room, and it looks like there's several sort of like workbench style tables, some glass beakers and test tubes. It looks like this was maybe where a little bit of a lab, like a small lab was. And there's like some bigger metal cabinets, some with the door just hanging open, and you can see that there's old glasses inside. There's some broken glass on the floor. Some pieces of paper just scattered on the floor, but you don't see anyone inside.
Okay. All right. Well, we're just gonna keep opening doors.
Yep.
You could probably get through the other couple of rooms on this level, and nothing really stands out to you in them. They're all kind of just messy, abandoned.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Seems creepy, but doesn't seem unsafe.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's go down a level then.
You can descend the stairs further into the building, and this one is kind of pretty similar to the first one, where several doors. You can immediately tell some of them are offices. It looks like there might be a bigger lab-ish room or workstation type deal.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd say probably as you're poking in one of the offices from the bigger room on this level, you do hear a noise, like someone bumped into something.
I'm just gonna shine the flashlight that way and say, "Hey, sorry, if we scared you. We're peaceful."
Are you just shining the flashlight in the direction of the room, or are you actually kind of like
in the
shining it
direction of
into the room?
wherever I heard something bumped into, like just
Okay.
like
Yeah, you can turn and like try and get a look around that area of the room, moving the beam around, but you don't see anything.
Great.
Could be invisible.
Maybe. If you're here and you're invisible, we also got superpowers. My name's Calamity. I'm a safe person.
We're just here because of the camp that was here.
Yeah. We know some people that were in the camp at one point. I'm gonna use, I think that, so this is definitely, we heard something in this room, right?
Yes.
Is there anywhere that it looks like somebody could hide?
If you like get closer to get a better look around the room, you can see there are like some tables, so maybe someone is underneath one of the tables. There's some cabinets. Maybe if they were fast enough, they could have gotten themselves into one of the cabinets. So there are some areas, not a whole lot of hiding places, but since you don't really know how big this person is, you don't have a good judge of whether they could or couldn't fit in any of those spaces.
Can I use a comfort and support roll, or maybe I don't want to provoke them because I don't want anything like.
I mean, you can provoke someone is just to get them to do what you want. It doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing.
Yeah, not like
if
aggressively provoke.
Yeah, so
gently prod them.
If you
come
are
out.
wanting
Cajole them.
to, like, if you're wanting them to come out of hiding or just like talk to you, we can use provoke in that way.
Okay. I mean, it doesn't matter to me either.
It's just basically what's your intention here? What are you wanting to do?
I would like them to come out.
Okay.
And just introduce them. Like, she just wants to assess that they're not going to be a threat if we like look around, and maybe they can be helpful. I don't know.
Okay.
She's always making new friends. She likes to pick up friends in new and strange places that are slightly creepy and have the residue of trauma all over them.
All right. So what do you, I mean, you can do this after the roll if you'd like to, but what are you saying to try and get them to come out of hiding?
Can you come out? it would make me more comfortable if you came out. I know you might be scared. I don't know if you were in this camp, but you know, it's probably got some bad memories. And I could see completely why you were scared, especially if they left you behind. I know I was created in a lab, so I can maybe identify a little bit with that experience. So that's kind of what she says.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll with superior.
All right. I have got a 6. Can I use a team? Elena, you want to jump in? Up.
Yes. Let me. Well, I have powers too. I might not be from here. It could possibly be from space. That is up for debate. But we're friendly people. We just want to help if you need help. And mostly we just want to poke around. I'm not gonna lie. We're here to poke around.
I also got snacks. If you're hungry, I brought snacks.
Oh yeah, we have loads of snacks.
I got some trail mix in my pocket. If you're interested in trail mix. Otherwise, I have other snacks outside.
We have coffee.
Oh yeah, I brought us them Mr. Coffee. Do you like coffee?
Okay. So you get the team. We're down to 2 team from Elena.
Okay.
And
We
I
did
will
it.
say, so on a 7 to 9, they can choose one.
We teamed, guys.
And I will say they stumble and you can take +1 forward against them.
Sweet.
And what happens is for the very, very briefly, you you hear movement off in one corner and swing your flashlight around, and you catch sight of this figure as they briefly appear in what you thought was an unoccupied space, and you can see they look human, but their eyes are bright yellow, cat-like, and they probably have enough time to blink once, and you see their eyes blink sideways, and then they let out a little shriek of surprise before disappearing again, and you hear
Puff into thin air, or do they scamper?
They disappear, and then you hear movement and can see them disrupting some papers on the floor, so they are still physically there.
Okay, so they
You
didn't
just can't see them.
teleport. Okay.
Correct, yes. This is not a
Nightcrawler.
This is not a Leo situation where they can
Yeah,
disappear in
yeah,
a puff of smoke.
Okay.
And yeah, they let out a little sort of shriek of surprise and are clearly not very stealthy, but scampering around the room and moving to get behind underneath another table and just say, no, camp bad, camp bad, bad, camp bad.
Yeah, it's a bad place.
It's a very bad place.
Why are you still here?
They left. Everyone left. They're gone. All gone. Alone. They're gone.
How long have you been alone?
Don't know.
Okay. Well, do you want some snacks?
You want some company? We
Yeah.
have some friends upstairs. And 2 of them are dogs. Dog-like. Do you like dogs?
Dogs around here mean.
Not these dogs. They're very nice.
What do you mean dogs around here are mean?
Scary. They're mean, scary.
Like wolves or like hounds? Like
Wolves, maybe?
well, I'm just wondering if they had like bloodhounds like they have it like the prisons to like
to
keep the
find,
prisoners. Yeah, when they get out.
Don't know. Dogs, big teeth, scary, mean.
Wolves, huh?
I wonder if the pack ever came out here.
Wow. Coyote kind of found this place, so I would
yeah.
assume that yes.
But like beyond that. Well, that's okay. If we don't have to go upstairs, we can stay here.
Would you like some snacks? Roxy just takes out a bag of trail mix and she's just gonna set it down on the floor and back up so that whoever this is can get it without Roxy like being in their space. What's your name?
The trail mix stays where it is.
Okay.
Eddie.
Eddie? It's nice
That
to
is
meet
a
you.
nice name.
Yeah. Are you happy here, Eddie?
Nowhere else to go.
Where's your family?
Here.
What do you mean here?
Are they still here?
Family with Eddie.
I'm gonna think really loudly and hope Echo is paying attention.
I mean, would Echo have set up a
she's-
telepathic link between everyone?
I'd imagine yes, because she's
Since
hella
we're
paranoid this
underground.
entire situation.
Yeah, we're underground and communicators don't work out here.
Well, no,
Yeah.
you're close enough they would work between you. It's just if
Like walkie-talkies, yeah.
you
Yeah.
couldn't reach anyone in the city.
In the
Because
city.
you're so far out of city.
Okay, so
I would still rather think it instead of talk about Eddie in
That's
front
fine.
of them.
what do you mean Eddie's family? I thought y'all Eddie.
We are Eddie.
We're Eddie. Okay. How many of you are there?
5.
5. Okay. Where are the others?
Here with Eddie.
Here
Like
In
down here, or like up here?
in your brain or like in this room?
Yes, here with Eddie.
Okay.
In your
Here.
brain? Okay.
Yeah.
There's 2 of me too. But not in my brain. We have
Two
different
physically of you, yeah.
we have 2 bodies. We look the same. Kind of like twins, but not exactly.
But was Elena going to say something specific to Cynthia through the mind link?
Yes. We found the inhabitant. Their name is Eddie, and their whole family is in their head.
Okay.
Other than that, they
we-
just seem scared and harmless. They do not like dogs.
All right, we should probably stay up here then, especially if they're scared. Let us know if anything changes.
Yeah.
And aloud, Cynthia will relay that information to both Valkyrie and Coyote.
Test, you're
all
muted
right.
if you're saying something.
Ignore me being an idiot. I was just gonna say Sylvie will really, or in response to that, also say potentially if they need to calm down Eddie, she can try and get down there with pheromones, but that probably isn't our first resort.
Maybe we
Probably
try
not.
words first.
Yeah.
Before we
Words
resort to
Words
drugging
seem to be
the
working.
traumatized.
But if we get to a point that we need to get
Person.
them out and
Yeah.
nothing is working.
All
The
right.
whole family is in their head.
Yeah. It's
It's
fine.
heartbreaking. All right. So do you want to come out and talk to us? Or would you like us to leave you alone? Don't you want friends, Eddie? We could be friends.
Friends left. Eddie lost friends. Friends left.
Well,
You
sometimes
can
we have
always
to
make new friends.
Yeah. I'm always making new friends. Like everywhere I go, I try to make new friends.
That is true.
Safe here. Familiar.
Okay. Do you mind if we poke around down here? Our friend was here a long time ago too, and we're just looking for any evidence to prove. Why are we here? Is that what we're doing?
I guess.
It's unclear at this point.
It's unclear at this point.
We were here to make friends, obviously.
We're here to find anything that proves that people were here.
Cabins proof.
Yeah. Maybe
Mm,
there's some paperwork saying who was running the. Well, we know who was running the place. It was normal.
more like proofs
Bad
that
people.
yeah, we need the proof that the bad people were here, because the bad people are saying they were not here.
Yeah. We're looking for paperwork or like some sort of evidence that Normal was running this place and that they were doing bad things to kids. Could you help us find some proof, Eddie?
Is there like an office with lots of paper?
Maybe
would
some
have-
names of the people who were running the place?
Lots of rooms, lots of papers.
We would have like a very big fancy desk and probably a very big fancy chair.
Yeah.
Maybe bookshelves or like fancy decoration. A globe, probably.
An atlas.
Yeah.
Would you like to come out and help us find stuff? How are you feeding yourself out here?
Hunt, Eddie Hunt.
How do you hunt?
Just ask the invisible guy how he hunts.
Not invisible. He's hiding in the
Hiding.
shadows. Roxy's being respectful by not shining a light in their eyes. At least trying to be respectful, as respectful as it's possible in this situation. I don't know. She's trying to do things the good way, but that might bite her literally at some point. I fully expect that she'll learn her lesson at some point during this campaign.
Maybe.
We'll see. Or she might just get rewarded with her dumb luck. Well, would you be able to help us with that, Eddie? Maybe then we could bring the people to justice, because you know they're doing bad things in the city. They're making all the people who have superpowers sign up on a registry so that they know where they live and what powers they have. And I'm pretty sure it's the same people that were running this camp. And I'm afraid they're going to do bad things to people.
Don't want bad people to hurt us again.
Yeah,
That
I
is
don't
what
want the
we-
bad people to hurt anybody ever again.
Yeah, so that's what we're trying to prevent.
So if you could help us, we could help prevent the bad people from hurting anybody else. And maybe we could help you find some food. Maybe get you some shoes. Do you want some shoes? Anything to make life more comfortable out here? Or maybe you would rather live somewhere nicer. Maybe we could help you.
Safe here. Eddie, safe here.
Okay,
Okay.
if you want to stay here, we won't try to take you away from here. Would you want to help us find the paperwork so we can get the bad people? Make sure they never hurt anybody ever again? I don't know if I'm provoking again or what.
Probably not at this point. I think
I'm just convincing them.
you'd probably say, can't help, Eddie. Can't help. Stay here. Eddie, stay here.
Is this your room that you live
Safe here.
in? In this room?
Yes, Eddie's safe here.
Okay.
Where do you hunt normally? Don't you have to go out to hunt?
Eddie leaves to hunt. Stays here. Not hunting. Safe here.
Okay. Would you like us to get out of your room then?
Eddie's safe here. Eddie, stay here.
Okay, Eddie. It was nice to meet you. Do you need us to get anything from one of the cabins for you?
No.
No? Okay. All right. Well, is it okay if we go look in the offices?
Calamity, not bad person.
No, Calamity's a good person. Calamity is a little bit like you. Calamity was born in a place like this camp. Sort of. In a lab.
Calamity can look in offices.
Is it okay if Easy Living comes too?
Easy living, not bad person.
No, Easy Living
No,
is a
I'm
girl.
one of the good guys.
She helped save me from a place like the camp.
That's true. We met in the lab.
Okay. Not bad people can look.
Thank you, Eddie. It was nice to meet you.
Danke.
Calamity is just gonna like telepath Echo that they're okay and they met the person downstairs and that person is very scared and gonna stay in the room they're in, and then they're gonna go look through the offices.
Okay.
Probably stay up top and we'll holler if we need help.
Yeah.
All right.
They're concerned about bad people,
Yeah.
which is understandable. I think they've been here a very long time.
That would do it.
I will say that I think their family probably died here.
Maybe. Or as a trauma response.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like Joe chimes in on the psychic line. I'm
Mhm.
sorry, what's a trauma response?
Echo, do you want to explain trauma responses while he up there?
Sometimes when something really bad happens to people, they cope with it in different ways. In this case, I think what might have happened is, as a response to what this person experienced, their brain may have generated voices, personalities, something of their family to help them cope.
That's scary.
The human brain can do all sorts of things.
I mean, I used to pretend that I was talking to my dad when I was a kid, but like, yikes.
It's an extreme sort of response. They're not all like that.
All right. Sounds like they're doing okay down there.
Don't know if I'd go that far.
They're surviving. I don't know
Not
if
dead
that's
yet.
necessarily okay.
Not dead yet.
I haven't heard anyone screaming yet, so
Oh.
All right.
We've just got to wait.
are you doing okay?
Me?
I mean, I guess being here isn't okay, but I mean, are you steady?
I'd say yes.
I'm guessing you didn't know anybody named Eddie while you were here.
Not that I recall. It takes a fair amount to shake me. I'm fine.
Yeah, you keep saying that.
You want me to say something different? While we're in the field? In the middle of a possible hostile location?
I don't think Eddie is hostile, so I mean, unless that other set of footprints comes back.
I will say, since you were standing sort of between the tree line and the door, as you turn to look back at Echo, you see carved into a tree a potato with a cowboy hat.
Not suspicious at all.
What the? Sylvie, do you see that?
Sylvie will turn around.
Yeah, Sylvie, you see that.
We're gonna make merch of the potato carved in the tree, the potato with the hat carved in the
Oh.
tree.
Yes, I see it. Don't know how to analyze that.
Spuds Mackenzie merch coming soon.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't you say something about there being like magic here?
Yeah.
Oh
What,
my god.
I don't know what I expected from Joe.
Better detective work.
He's got one more
He's
brain cell
like,
than Roxy.
Yes, I found
Yeah.
him off my trail.
Barely.
Joe
He's
has
got
connected the
two
dots
brains.
of two separate puzzles.
Connected them.
But the
Coyote.
distraction is a fallacy. It just
The
his brain
magic
cells are
here
currently bumping
was
into each other.
very old. And that carving is very new.
Good point.
You can see the green underneath the bark.
Well, do we know what Spuds has been up to?
No.
I haven't heard from him since the battle.
I'm not connected with Spuds.
Who else would use that? Okay, I should probably talk to him after this, I guess.
What size were the boot prints you saw?
Sylvie coming in with the 3 brain cells.
Together, they can get it. Together, they can figure it out.
So I think
Detective
Sylvie's
team.
suspects, but doesn't want to like just blatantly say it right now.
Could I guess at like the boot size or shoe size?
Little.
Smaller
Smaller
feet.
than Spuds.
You could probably infer. I would say they probably also Spuds wears cowboy boots, and you would be able to tell they
Yeah.
don't look like cowboy boot tracks.
I think they're like, I don't know, size 7, maybe 6. Oh, wait a second. These aren't cowboy boot prints.
Let you think on the fact that they are small boot prints and not cowboy boots. And there's a symbol that everyone in this team would recognize on that tree. I believe in you.
You can do this.
Echo's
You
listening
got
to this
this,
and fully
Scooby.
ignoring
What
it
are
because- Whatever.
Do the dial-up noises as Joe's just like,
I love Joe.
Back when the internet used to scream at you for 15 minutes before you could use it. Oh Lord, that's hilarious. And then realizing that 3 of the team members have small boot prints. Narrowed it down.
Oh my gosh. Sylvie's just like, I feel like there's a moment where she just wants to cut her eyes to Echo, like, I blame you, but she also wants Joe to figure it out on his own.
Sometimes we have to let Joe use his bro cells.
no, Roxy wouldn't have come out here.
God.
Tactical idiocy is so much fun sometimes.
It's great. God, amazing. Whenever you can't figure anything else out and I get to keep my secrets, I'm like, oh hell yeah. But this time I'm just like, why are you so stupid?
Painful. I love Joe and Roxy's conversations about like when they're trying to reason through things. They'd be the worst detectives in the world.
I don't know if Cynthia's listening, and I think
Cynthia's listening to all of this.
yes.
She's
No,
just
and
there
she's
is-
just like-
you hear mental screaming from Sylvie of sheer frustration.
Just to clarify, at this point, Sylvia's more or less figured out it was
Yeah,
probably
no,
Echo.
Sylvie
Okay.
knows who it is.
After like a couple more minutes, I think
They're
Joe
slightly
finally,
bigger than Roxy's feet, slightly smaller than Elena's feet.
Yeah, I think after like a few minutes of thinking, Joe would look over at Cynthia.
She's not looking back.
She's pretending like nothing happened. I don't know what you're talking about.
She's pretending she's not listening.
I love it.
So
The
mature.
denial is so real here.
Joe
Oh, man.
does not say anything for the time being, I don't think.
Very good.
But I do think he sort of gives Sylvia a glance like, okay, yeah, I get it.
Finally.
I figured it out.
The puzzle has been solved.
The puzzle made of like 3 pieces.
Like,
Yeah.
it's literally just a 4-piece puzzle. 2 of them were already in place. You just had to put the other 2 down.
They're literally just the corner pieces, and it took him way too long. It's fine. It's fine.
Sylvie's back to pacing in front of the door.
All right.
Wow.
Roxy and Elena.
Mm-hmm.
As you're getting up and leaving the room, you would probably see the little thing of trail mix get pulled into the shadows.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe before we leave, we should ask if it's okay if we stop by periodically with food or something.
I think that's a good idea. Well, we should probably tell Eddie when we leave anyways, because
Yeah.
you know, just I
So
don't
they
know.
it's
if
okay
you-
to go up if they want.
Yeah, I just feel like, it must be really hard to have been here by yourself for so many years. It must have been at least cue Roxy's style of tones. Brr, 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 math. Cynthia's 19, right?
Cynthia's like 20, 21. She can
Come on.
legally drink, so she's 21.
This is the 50s.
This is we could
18.
drink at 18.
I forgot about that.
It was
So,
until the 70s that they changed it to 21.
ballpark 20.
Okay,
I
so
think we're all 20 except
like
for Joe.
about Roxy's 19.
Cynthia would have been at the
Actually,
camp
technically she's 2, but
Cynthia would have
right.
told you that she was at the camp about 10 years ago.
yeah, 9-10 years ago. Okay.
Yeah.
So they've been here by themselves for like 10 years. It's got to be really hard having people startling. I mean, I think Eddie did really good considering they haven't seen anybody for 10 years. They haven't drawn a face on a volleyball and talked to that for 10 years, so that's positive.
That is oddly specific.
No, the volleyballs are just in their head.
Yeah. It was if it were me, I would name the volleyball Wilson. For no specific reasons. Anyways, let's go find this office.
Are we certain Roxy's not the time traveler?
think
Well, we've already
Jenna's,
invented Ben and Jerry's, so
Yeah.
We invented a lot of things.
you can continue to scope out the rest of the facility,
Mhm.
and you find as you get deeper, you find like more offices with paperwork and stuff.
Mhm.
Some of the labs get far more concerning in their contents. You start seeing like chairs with straps, some tables, some
We'll strap
tanks.
down. Mhm.
Anything that looks like filing cabinets?
Or
Yeah, I mean,
bodies?
there's no bodies.
That's good.
You do.
Those
I
are
mean,
buried out back.
there's like various levels of like filing cabinets and papers and stuff in the offices. There are several different offices, so lots of areas, lots of paperwork to check over, lots of areas to check over. So it looks like, I'll say you could probably, each of the offices looks like they belong to a different scientist, so they have different files and research notes, depending on what, and that's kind of like their record keeping here.
Do we find any
We
names?
should have brought the bag.
I say you could probably find, like, on some of the reports, well, there would be the person who's
signing off on
writing the report, and then they would list, like, if it's detailing experiments or other work, they would list the other researchers who are present. So you could, I do not have a list of names at the ready, but
that's fine.
We can
Dr.
start
Pepper's on
accumulating.
there.
Dr. Dre,
Dr.
Nurse
Dre.
Ratchet.
Because you cannot forget about Dre.
I never did.
Doc Brown.
Fuck is that? They forgot about Dre.
Dr. Doom.
No, I could. Unless you were going to stay down here for hours, you would not be able to cross-reference everything to get like a
No,
completely
but
We can
compiled
just
list
start
of names.
collecting some
But if
she's
you
stuff.
want to,
grabbing as many papers as she can.
if you want to grab like a stack of files, that's totally manageable.
yeah,
Yeah.
that
Maybe like
Roxy
a couple
just
from
starts-
each office.
yeah, just starts grabbing files and things. She's not really sure what's important, what's not, but she's collecting. She feels useful.
Collecting.
She's strong. She can carry
We could,
the
yeah, I was
file.
gonna
Oh,
say we
you
could
could float them
literally
too.
just carry a filing cabinet out of here.
You could just float them.
We could just fill a whole cabinet with stuff and take it with
Yeah,
us.
let's do that.
Do any of the offices look more important than the others? Perhaps with a globe to indicate its status.
Specifically for a globe, an office with a
No,
Or
globe.
like
they
one of
all
those
look-
Newton clicky clackies.
There's
Mhm.
definitely those. So a couple of the offices have those.
I'm stealing one.
There's, I'd say there's probably not one that looks more important than the other. They're all. It's. You would be able to gather that this was definitely a place where the researchers conducted experiments and kept their paperwork and had their offices. It wasn't like while the kids were staying at the camp, the scientists didn't live here. So it was likely they had another standalone building facility or whatever that could possibly have more of the administrative layout and records.
I wonder why the camp was abandoned. Probably some kid broke the. I wonder if Leah did that to the whooped building.
Maybe. But are you just gonna grab the cabinet and go back up, or are you doing anything else?
Yeah.
We'll just grab as many files as we can fill into a cabinet and then go on our way.
Yeah.
All right. So
We'll tell Eddie we're leaving.
Oh yeah, we will stop back and just say, Eddie, would it be okay if we came again maybe next week and brought you some food? Maybe you'd like a hot meal. Would you like me to leave the thermos of coffee for you? I can leave it by the door over here with some other snacks.
He can come with
Eddie
food,
doesn't know coffee. What's coffee?
Oh,
books. We
it's-
can bring books, blankets.
It's like bean juice, and it makes you go real fast.
It's warm. Like
It's
hot
warm.
cocoa, but a little bitter.
Or like tea. Yeah.
Eddie
Would you
likes
like us
hot
to bring
cocoa.
some?
Oh, we can bring hot
We
cocoa
can bring-
next week.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite animal? We could probably arrange that. No dogs.
Dogs mean no dogs.
Do you like
Cats.
cats?
Or a ferret.
Or a lizard?
Eddie likes hippos.
Hippos.
Okay.
All right. Do you like glitter, Eddie?
It's
They're
sparkly.
shiny.
Yeah,
Eddie like glitter.
Yeah, yeah.
perfect.
All the best people like glitter.
That is true. No, Coyote does not seem to like glitter.
I know. And just
Oh my God.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I love him. I love Coyote. It's just, his dislike of glitter is a little sus. If it wasn't for all the fur, I would definitely trust him slightly less. But I guess I understand because all the fur.
We think we have all the evidence we need, but if we need more, is that okay if we come back? We can bring hot cocoa and maybe arrange a hippo.
And what's your favorite food? Maybe we could bring that. I think I have some cookies up. I'm gonna leave them by the door with the thermos of the coffee, so you can try the coffee. And
Or get a caffeine addiction.
we're gonna go. It's gonna make the voices in their head go way faster. Yeah. So we'll leave some coffee and the rest of the snacks I brought, and you can eat them. I bet it's been a while since you had a cookie. do you like any type of food? I like to cook, so I can bring you something warm and delicious.
Eddie likes grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese? I can bring you some grilled cheese and maybe some tomato soup. Do you like soup?
Yeah, Eddie likes soup.
You like tomato soup?
Yeah.
Do you like minestrone? I like to make minestrone. It's like tomato soup, but with extra stuff in it.
There's just a pause, and you can tell that they probably don't
Computing.
know what that is.
Minestrone. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I think you'll like it. We'll bring some soup and a grilled cheese for you.
No bad people.
No,
No bad people.
no bad people. Just me and easy living, and maybe our friend Valkyrie.
Yeah,
Valkyrie, not a bad person.
not a bad person.
No.
No.
Okay.
None
no
of
bad
our
people.
friends are bad people.
Does
As
the
Roxy
wonderful
thinks in her
Elizabeth
head,
say-
well, maybe a few of them are slightly bad. It's probably fine. It's probably fine. All right. It was really nice to meet you, Eddie. We'll leave some cookies and some other snacks. Like there's some peanut butter crackers and things like that. I'll leave them by the door, okay?
Okay.
We'll probably stop by same time next week, okay?
Okay.
Do you want some shoes? Your feet get cold?
Sometimes.
What size are your feet? Do you know?
There's just another long pause.
I'll have watchdog.
No dogs.
Dog's mean.
Yeah, no, it's yeah. Yep, you're right. I'm sorry. All right. Well, take care. Be safe and enjoy the coffee and cookies and stuff. They'll just either she'll carry the filing cabinet full of stuff or Elena can just
Elena
load it.
will float it upstairs.
Yeah.
As you are either like walking out of, I guess, where you stepped into that room, or just like walking away, you
Mhm.
hear very softly what is Eddie talking to himself.
Mhm.
Just saying, Calamity, nice person. Yeah. Calamity, nice person. Calamity, bring us food. Food good. Just a little, carrying on a little conversation.
Gary Vault and Fallout.
By the time we come back, there's like a whole 6 person in there that's Calamity.
Gary.
Yes, and Calamity just made 5 new friends.
Put that on
That's
the
gotta be
tally
a combo
board.
breaker.
Yes. That is the most amount of friends she has made in one single day.
5.5. Rewind might want to be our friend.
Everyone just wants us for our desserts.
Rewind does not want to be our friend.
We majorly failed. Joe majorly failed making friends with Rewind. Actually, I just don't think he was
I
that
mean,
into-
hey, at least with Rewind,
it's not a no.
it's not. It could have ended a lot worse.
Yeah.
True.
So I
Gee,
think
Rocky.
Joe has grown a lot in understanding and respecting people's boundaries, and made, was like, I should back off, and that was a good move.
He is learning. You can
So.
teach an old dog new tricks.
It's not that old.
He is for a dog.
He is for a dog.
That's interesting. Would
In
it be
dog
his
years,
human
he's
years that translate
ancient.
into dog years, or
That's what I'm
would the dog years
saying.
translate to the human years?
He's like 22. That's like a lot
So
of
is
years
he-
in dog years. That's
I
like
had it as a footnote that werewolves live like a long
144.
friggin' time. So if
So
we
Yeah.
is
just
he
want to
really
say,
is he really 3, or is he like 140 something?
Yeah. It's hard to say.
I think it's more that he's progressing like on a normal human like time level of years. It's just that his maximum lifespan is like
Mentally, he's
multiplied
just a lot
by
younger.
7.
His emotional maturity is a lot further behind than his body maturity. It's, you know.
Okay, we can stop. Here, you see,
Thinking about this too hard.
all of you who are above ground see. Did you leave the door open when you went down there?
Yeah.
Okay. You see Easy Living and Calamity come back up, and they are floating. Easy Living is floating a filing cabinet.
Uh-huh.
We have a bunch of boring paperwork, and we're coming back next week. Can you turn into a hippo?
What?
Probably.
Eddie likes hippos, and we're going to
Okay.
bring hot cocoa and shoes. Do you know how this from the shoe print, the feet prints, how the shoes?
How big?
We can get a measurement from the footprints, I would assume.
Yeah.
And-
And bring Eddie some shoes. Because I think Eddie's feet are probably cold.
Calamity
It's
made
such
a lot
a-
of new friends today.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess we made a good call sending you two.
Well, I
Oh.
am really good at making friends.
Eddie does not like dogs,
So probably.
Oh.
Yeah.
so
I think some wolves
Either
might have been out
camp-
here.
werewolves or like camp dogs.
Either that, or yeah, they had like hounds to keep the kids in. I'm a little scared that there might be bodies somewhere.
Probably buried. I'm guessing like a mass grave
mean-
type situation.
Ugh.
I could sniff around for it if we want to be sure.
Yeah,
It's probably
a better
been too
idea.
long to identify them. But it might
God
be.
dang it. Forensics doesn't exist in level.
Nope, nope, that's what-
That's a
Yep.
70s thing.
Yeah.
And even then, it's still really rudimentary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't do anything, and like tooth-wise,
You've got
much later.
fingerprinting, really.
Yep.
That's the
And
big
there's
one.
probably
And
not any
that's
flesh
gone.
left on those fingers.
Yeah. Actually, I think it's follicle analysis has pretty much remained the same since the 70s. if I
It
remember.
Well,
that's
we're in the
not
50s.
reliable anyway, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we can find some, maybe like just cross-reference people who have been missing, but I don't think we'd be able to offer anybody
we
closure.
could build a memorial.
Oh, and then unless there's more information in these files.
Yeah.
They also might not have buried people on site.
That too.
If you're testing people who have powers, you don't throw out the body when you're done. Well, you're not done when you just have a body. You have more work to do.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Makes a disturbing amount of sense.
hopefully
I
there
feel-
is a point or something in these files that indicates a further stop, if that is the case.
I'm gonna go get the rest of the
So-
snacks and leave them for Eddie.
We can
Yeah.
track down the root of this place.
Roxy's just gonna run back to the bike and then grab the snacks and bring them back for Eddie.
I feel like Joe just takes a steadying breath, just like now is not the time to get like foam at mouth mad.
Definitely don't do that in Eddie's space.
Cool.
Eddie's already freaked out by dogs.
Just deep breaths.
I think while Sylvia's trying to center herself and ignore the massive amount of just sadness and everything else that comes with this camp, I think she tries to, any plants that could be edible for Eddie in the forest, she kind of gives a little boost to,
Yeah.
that she can sense within her
Aw.
range.
Does a potato
the
pop
middle.
out of the carving?
It's the
Yes.
middle of winter, but all the blackberry bushes are in full bloom.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yes.
Perfect.
And Roxy's just got kind of like a tear or two coming down her cheeks at like how sad this place is and how lonely Eddie must be.
Okay. Let's make this right. Let's see what you guys got. And Joe will like pop open the first drawer of the filing cabinet. Start
Do we want
rifling
to do
through.
this out?
Maybe we should just take
We
this
should
back
do
to
this
the.
at the
We-
building.
We should go back to the base and
Should find somewhere outside of the elements.
Mhm.
yeah.
The stuffs might be fragile after a while.
Maybe we should just take it back to the base.
Can you, yeah,
Yeah.
can you squish it so the doors don't pop out and I will just fly it back?
Yeah, I can do that.
Well,
I can
Guys.
hold them
Oh,
close to me
yeah.
telekinetically.
guys,
Yes.
Joe will just like insert a claw into the keyhole and just.
You could do that also.
These things lock with like a hairpin.
Nice.
That's true.
Fair point.
So long as somebody's willing to carry it all the way back into the city, which.
Oh, we were going to ask you to do that since you're so strong.
All right.
Echo
just-
just levitates it.
Ah!
Like, does the equivalent of
Roxy,
basically
like,
putting it under her arm, but she is just, with her powers, levitating it.
Roxy snorts and Joe said, okay. She's just like, all right. Time to go. Who wants to ride with who?
Buddy system, I will. Are we going to fly? I will fly with Echo.
Echo drove a bike.
Oh, that's true. I can fly with the cabinet.
That might be more efficient.
Joe, you want to get on the back of my bike?
Yeah, sure.
All
Try
right.
flying.
One of these days, I'm going to teach you how to drive a bike.
How would that work with haunches?
He'll figure it out.
He's learning how to ride a horse.
I believe in him.
It's very
Motorcycles are
Roxy
just
can just build him a
steel
custom
horses.
bike.
Oh my god.
Cowboy werewolf riding a horse.
Yes.
The hedge
He'll
horse.
put a saddle on the seat. It'll have big cowboy
Says ye
vibes.
howl.
Yes.
Echo will pass
Harley
the cabinet off
Davidson.
to Easy Living then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get back to base and look this over then.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Joe is hiding it pretty well in his voice. I think once he's on the bike, Roxy, it's pretty easy to tell that he is like tensed up.
Do you want me to stop off at the junkyard so we can throw cars around for a little bit?
I think I want to throw Councilman Evans through a wall.
Well, me too. But I think Echo has dibs. Otherwise, I might have already smashed his skull.
I thought what the pack was doing was bad. This is so fucked up.
At least the pack isn't. I mean, I guess they are biting kids, but not as young a kids, right?
But they like bothered to take care of them once they adopted them in. This is just shit.
Yeah, they're a little better than lab rats.
They're animals taking better care of than what happened to these kids.
Yeah. I can't imagine that the place I would. Well, I don't have a lot of memories of the place I was in, but it wasn't much better from what I remember. We were put in cages. At least I was. Strapped down and stuff. I'm not even going to tell you what I saw in the basement there.
Don't want to know.
It'll just make you madder. And then we'll really have to go throw some cars. I might want to punch a car anyways. You know, sometimes I help them out by compacting the cars for them. You know? When I'm in a real bad mood. I might go do that later, though. Let's go get the paperwork done.
You mind if I join you?
Yeah, you can totally join me. We'll just bust out windows and stuff. Sometimes we'll bring a crowbar. It makes me feel better. Just bust stuff up. Or a baseball bat. We got baseball bats.
Wonder if I can strike one with a lightning.
Ooh. I
How
wonder
many
if
of
you
the-
get things wet and then I like lightning them, if we could do like extra damage.
Super effective.
Let's fry some shit later.
Coyote casts Thunderbolt.
Lightning and the thunder. Who knew that was going to be Calamity and Coyote's theme song?
Okay, Calamity and Coyote, that sounds like a comic book title right
yes.
That
It's your
100%.
spin-off
But we
duo
share one
series.
single brain
Yes.
cell and never
That's
solve any
Your
mysteries
private
effectively.
detective series.
The
We're
buddy
the worst
cop
private
series.
detectives. Yes,
Buddy
buddy cops.
All right. But all of you can head back to the city with the filing cabinet in tow. I think that's a good spot to end our session tonight.
Yeah.
I love Eddie, and I feel so bad that I was scared of them
I know.
before.
I know. Calamity just wants to take Eddie home and like,
I thought they were gonna be like some like twisted nightmare creature, but no, it's just like this poor scared little kid who's been living in this base for God knows.
I mean,
how
it's
long.
an adult. Eddie, or I mean, they're an adult now, but like Eddie's like, yeah.
That's
I mean,
how Charlie gets you. You think it's gonna be a horrible nightmare monster, and now you're having
I
feelings.
told you all of
You-
my villains are hot. If they're not hot, they're not a threat.
you're gonna make me hit hot people. All
That's
right,
what
I
we've
can,
been
I can do
doing.
it.
To be fair, a fair portion of the population that deserves to be hit is hot people. Let's be honest.
That's fair.
In any case, here, see, now this was kind of a tricky one for me, because I would say grow into my own image, but I've already locked my savior at +3. Because that's what I would want to shift up here. Actually, I got it. I will have Joe grow into his own image. I am going to shift to superior down, freak up. Because I think that this is probably his first instance, plus that little conversation before, of really starting to kind of associate himself with the superhero side of things. He kind of hasn't for the longest time. But now he's like, oh, this is extremely fucked up, and I'm a part of this community. Assholes.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll go next. I think Sylvie grew closer to the team, specifically Cynthia, because she's sharing a vulnerability in her past, which was not something that was she didn't necessarily want to, but she did. And I think even that,
It's a lot for Cynthia.
yeah, it is a lot for Cynthia. So
Okay. Cynthia does already have influence over you.
yes.
I think we're going to actually go savior down, danger up. Because Cynthia has feelings about Sylvie walking Joe towards that conclusion.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Let me make sure I can do that. Yes, I can.
I mean, to be fair, Joe probably would have gotten there eventually. It probably would have been in like 2 days, though.
He would
He
have
would've
woken up in the
woke up
middle of
out
the
of bed.
night in a cold
Yeah.
sweat. It
Just
was
like,
Cynthia.
I mean, the inevitability of it isn't really the point there. It's more that Sylvie facilitated it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get you.
Yeah, but
For-
Sylvie's already feeling guilty about her own secret that she hasn't necessarily told anyone yet. And she's not gonna facilitate secrets at this point.
Calamity grew closer to Eddie actually, and would like to give Eddie influence.
Okay. Let me mark this down.
And I think I'm gonna keep guilty because I think that I continue to
Correct
feel
me if I'm wrong
guilty.
here, but
Huh?
What?
What? Is he
Crow?
frozen?
You frozen?
He's frozen. Oh no!
Frozen.
Oh no!
Frozen!
That
Oh,
is quite the
no!
expression.
I'm guessing that's why he went. Oh.
Well, did he uninstall Zoom?
Yeah.
I've been
Oh
there.
shit! He just left meeting like bye.
Bye.
So
Alright.
you get
Next
to
week.
clear a condition or mark potential.
I'm gonna take potential because I think that Calamity continues to feel guilty because Cynthia's not staying at the base still.
Oh, there he
There,
goes.
there he goes.
Okay.
Okay.
Corrosive. You disappeared on us.
Appreciate that you put that in the chat.
That was a
So-
good time to freeze.
It
I
was.
kind of want that to be like an emoji.
Yes. Oh my god, yes.
Okay. Let's save this image.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, he's back.
Hello.
Hi.
sorry, I don't know what the hell just happened there.
Corrosive was
like-
stolen.
Setting.
Everyone just like turned into a robot, and I was just like, "What's happening?" And then like everything died.
Don't you know that's the future of tomorrow?
You're an emote now.
Yes.
Yes.
It's very small.
Oh, I was hoping you just cut off
Just like
the head.
the face.
I can.
Oh my god!
Oh my God.
I mean, that kind of captures the mood I've got a lot of the time. Just
I
like,
love it.
We need to make that. We need to put that on the Twitch.
Yes, that should be a Twitch emote.
That would be Jenna's department because we need like multiple sizes on that.
Oh yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. Anyway.
sorry about that.
Elena's gonna grow closer to Roxy
Aw.
because well, we had a time down there. It wasn't necessarily a good time, but it was good bonding and worrying over this strange.
I do think like
Wild
if
person.
I hadn't grown closer to Eddie, I would have chosen Elena because I was like I would say that they are the most warm and fuzzy on the team. I mean, Joe's warm and fuzzy, but in a different way. I mean,
Physically
he is.
warm and fuzzy.
He's literally warm
literally-
and fuzzy.
Yeah, he's not
Sylvie can
always
be literally
as,
warm and fuzzy.
He's
if
not
she
always
wants
as
to.
friendly. He can be friendly, but he's not always as friendly.
He's working
Oh
on
my-
the people skills.
Yeah, he's working
mhm.
on it. He's doing better. We're
There's
proud of him.
absolutely like a side comic in like the downtime between like our big arcs here, where it's just like Joe and Roxy like just
Solving
standing for like the
mysteries.
bus or something,
Mhm.
and just like it's like got a winter chill out, and she just like progressively leans more and more.
Oh yeah,
into-
absolutely. Anytime that it's cold out, she's like like a Hita.
Okay,
I'm
but
gonna take a potential.
Roxy does have influence over Elena, so
Yes.
Roxy, you get to shift some labels.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna put Savior up, and freak down.
Nothing bad happens.
Yay!
Really need to lock my freak.
Yeah, you do. Bad. All right.
Who's left?
Is
I
anybody
think
left?
that's all of us.
I-
Is that
I
Apple?
have
Oh,
not.
Cynthia, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Cynthia.
was about to say.
I don't know
Mm.
who's gone. I died for half a second.
You went already, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
that was the first one to go.
I'm spacing out.
You're fine.
It's all good.
You've had a week.
We're going to do grow into your own image of yourself.
Mhm.
I will say for a second, I was like, grow away from the team, but
Sylvie.
I don't think I have a specific person to target that against except for Sylvie, but it's like it wasn't that degree.
Mhm.
Do that
So
for next session when we confront you about that.
Yep. That said, grow into your own image of yourself. We're going to go mundane down, danger up.
Correct.
This is the first time I put danger up in this entire campaign.
Nice.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Cool. So that's everyone, right?
Yep.
All
Or
right.
far as I know.
I lost track of people. So anyway, thank you everyone for joining us this evening. If you missed our first episode of Whispers in the Mist yesterday, it'll be up on YouTube in a couple days, and you should definitely join us on Saturday for our next episode.
We're very
Got some old
excited.
timey vibes going on. I kind of jive with it.
It's very fun. Old Gods of
Yes.
Appalachia, 1920s. I'm playing a
Appa-
forest witch.
Appalachia. Is that how you pronounce it?
Appalachia.
Yeah.
Appalachia.
Appalachia.
Well, I am Boo with the Fool once again.
Am I
This is
probably
also
going
news to me, not gonna lie.
mispronounce it at least once in the campaign? Yes.
Oh, I
can
will over and
guarantee
over
it.
again.
Locals
I've been
say
there.
Appalachia.
Yeah.
Which means I have to get it right.
Yeah.
One of us has to get it right. Luckily my
character's
character is
from
not
there.
from there. So
Technically, my
Mine
character
is.
is from there, but she's part of a cult, so it's debatable.
Yeah. No, mine is actually
Everyone
my
in that area
character's
is part
from
of a cult.
Manhattan, weirdly enough, because apparently I make all my characters from New York.
Well, once
Dude,
you
you
have
gotta
one
stick with the
accent,
accent,
you
yeah.
really just kind of.
You just stay with
Lean
the
into it.
yeah, just stay
This is
with
why
the
all
one
my
accent.
characters are usually French.
I remember you had a tiger boy that was
Sure.
French.
Yes.
yeah, the
and
traitor.
my Russian not a wizard boy wants to crush his trachea. But maybe low-key kiss him too. Who knows?
Oh,
Okay. Anyway. Hope you have a good week. Take a nap, eat a snack, pet something soft and fuzzy,
Go to the gym
eat a steak.
and you'll feel better.
Oh yeah. Until we see you next time. Bye bye.